stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in beef class because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up.
My mic's muted. Okay, so I don't know why my mic was muted. I don't know. But okay, sorry, y'all. Let me do that spiel again. Once again, you guys, let me reiterate that. Once again, you guys, make sure you are blessing this platform. Big up to Sherry Davis for blessing the Cash App with her Cash App blessing. This is not regular Facebook. This is a actual platform podcast. You guys, the Cash App is right there, and it's also pinned at the bottom in pink and white. If you guys can, once you guys do bless the Cash App, I will give you guys a special shout out and say, hey, thank y'all for blessing the Cash App. But anyway, what we're talking about tonight, wow, so much has happened in the last 24 hours. I have gotten several inboxes from folks like, we got to talk about this because we don't want we don't want Baltimore. We don't want the city of Baltimore to be viewed as, as negative as we portray. Look, we didn't portray nothing. We just talked about what was presented to the community. And as a community as a whole, like I have stated time and time again, when it affects one, it affects all. Because we're all an entertainment company. We're all in the entertainment business. We all work with children. We're supposed to be mentors. We're supposed to be leaders. We're supposed to be all of these things. But then we have certain things that just, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So I'm going to bring on first, y'all, because I see we have Miss Chanel Phillips. We have someone by the name of The Voice. I'm not sure who that is. We have Lenny, and then we have Miss Cheryl Carter. Miss Cheryl Carter, I'm going to just give you guys a rundown of who I know, and then you guys can give y'all spiel when y'all come in for the people I don't know. Miss Cheryl Carter is very, very known in the Majorette dance community. I've known her for years. She actually runs one of the biggest Majorette dance groups on Facebook with over 20,000 members in her group. She is also very influential when we're talking about things that go on in the Majorette community. She's very, she's not biased. She sees it from another scope. She sees the right, the wrong, and indifferent. And she's a lot like me, and I'm a lot like her. We're going to talk, and we're going to speak freely how we see fit. Just letting you guys know also too, please make sure that you guys keep it very respectful. If I do see that it goes to the left, I will mute you and give you time to get, I want you guys to express yourselves. Yes, by all means express yourself, but we also need to make sure that we're keeping it very, very, very professional, because again, the ultimate goal into this is to understand what is going on in Baltimore, see if what they're saying is actual facts of how they run things up there, and see how this affects us all, and see how we can come to bridge the gap. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Miss Cheryl Carter on. This is Miss Cheryl Carter, you guys. And then we also have Miss Jennifer Nichols. Miss Jennifer Nichols is down there in Mississippi. She is a part of one of the biggest known marching band units down there, an organization that they get together every single year. They throw on big events. They invite high schoolers. They invite students to come to train with people that are alumni. So that's anywhere from Jackson State, Southern, anybody is attending her events that they put on once a year. And I thought it would be really nice to have someone on the marching side as well to be added. So this is Miss Jennifer Nichols Miss Jennifer Nichols. Okay, you guys. So, and then I want to bring on one person. Now, this lady, she reached out to me. Thank you, Teresa Hamilton. Y'all better catch that vision. Listen, you better catch that vision. Y'all is over here doing the dang thing. I say thank you. Thank you for your blessing. I love it. I'm not going to say the cost, but I love it. Thank you so much for blessing the cash app, baby. You know, you understood the assignment. So we have someone by the name of Miss Chanel Phillips. Miss Chanel actually reached out to me and she said, she reached out to me. She said, hello, Miss Lopez. I'm sure you've had quite a few people from Baltimore, which I have, that are interested in shedding some light in our community organizations. But if you have room for one additional guest, I would love to be considered. And I said, well, sure. We definitely want to hear your side of things because you are, in fact, a director of the Baltimore Twilighters Marching Band. And we want to kind of get some understanding of, you know, what's the difference between drill team, marching band, and marching unit, because where we're from, marching band, we hear horns, we hear the snares, we don't only hear the drums, we hear the music. You're playing music. We're not playing beats, but we want to get an understanding of why you guys consider yourself marching bands and what we do. So again, we're going to go ahead and get to the nitty gritty. Here is Miss Chanel Phillips. And then I'm not sure who this person is, but I'm going to bring him on. Mr. Boyd. Hello. Hello.
Watch it back so I can't beat you the fuck up on that.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute him because he's not ready. Mr. Lenny, hi.
How you doing?
How are you?
Hello. I'm all right.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Boyd, I don't know if you're at practice, but we want to make sure that we don't have any background noise when we're talking, so everybody on the podcast can hear you.
I can't hear.
You might have to come out.
I have no sound.
Come out and come back in. Okay, so I'm gonna let him. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Okay, so I'm not sure. We can hear you.
I actually think that's the guy that you were inboxing earlier that stated he's the young girl's father. I believe with that organization.
Yeah, I figured that was him, but we're gonna get to that. I want him to get his because he said he can't hear us, but we can hear him. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Mr. The Voice, can you hear us? Okay, so let me do this. Let me mute everybody. And then let me see if he can hear us now. Okay, hello? Can you hear us? Hello? Can you hear us?
He got in the car.
Okay, so he asked, I'm gonna take him out the studio and then he's gonna have to come back to the studio. Okay, so you guys, where are we at? I want to start before we go in. I want to give Miss Chanel Phillips the opportunity because us on the Majorette platform, we see things one way and we're not in Baltimore, so we don't know, how things are conducted in Baltimore. So I want to give you, your time to be able to kind of explain to us what you saw. I know you saw the video. The video since been taken down, but I want to give you an opportunity to kind of enlighten us and tell us, what your thoughts is seeing that and what we're not understanding.
So, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so essentially, my take on the situation is, the reason that I reached out, let me just start there, is because based on the video that I saw yesterday, the understanding from a lot of your viewers and, even, you guys and the panelists, the understanding was that this is how all of the Baltimore bands behave. So I did want to shed some light on that. And basically, at the same time, just give a little bit of history on who we are and how we've come to become known as marching bands. So, we date back, not all of the organizations, but the Baltimore community marching band scene dates back to the 50s, the 60s. And it was just a way for the African-American kids to have something positive to do. So the same focus and the same mission statement that you guys have, same purpose. But when those organizations existed, we would have been what you consider marching bands. We had the horn sections, we had the drummers, we had a lot of those things.
The
But
rifle lines, the flag lines, we had all that.
right, as time progresses, just with anything, evolution occurs. The horn sections, the rifles, the cymbals, those just weren't things that just were appealing. And then eventually those people just started to fade away. We don't shut our organization down as a result, and we don't change our name as a result. We continue on because we had a purpose. So that's why we consider ourselves marching bands. And if you really look at the true definition of a marching band, it does speak to the fact that what typical instruments are, but it doesn't essentially say that these are the required instruments. So again, we never changed our names. We had those things at one point. I mean, I think the last bands have had any of those other types of instruments probably disbanded in the early 2000s. But again, us having a purpose to serve, we continued on. We don't consider ourselves drill teams. In fact, one of the gentlemen in your comments yesterday spoke about the Rondo Days drill team competition in Minnesota. I actually happened to participate in that competition. We don't fit the mold of a drill team. And, when you talk about evolution, a comment was made that we wouldn't fit in. If we were to come to a parade, we wouldn't be classified as a marching band in your state. Just like if you guys came here, there are certain competitions and things that you guys wouldn't be classified as a majorette, because here majorettes twirl batons historically. And if you look up the definition of a majorette, but again, we evolved as Black people. We take things to a different level. We have our own flavor and our own vibe. So we don't look at you all and be like, y'all not majorette, y'all don't twirl batons. So I kind of was like, dang, y'all were going and landing kind of heavy about they don't have instruments and they don't have this and they don't have that. So I did want to clarify that to say why we don't have them any longer. But again, we had a purpose to serve. We still have drummers. That became more interesting to some people. I'm turning and training. I'm trading in my horn for a bass drum, for a snare drum, for a multiple drum. We do things kind of differently here. We don't fit in any mold. Not a majorette style, not a drill team. We've participated in those types of competitions and those types of settings, and we're different. Now, as far as the profanity that you guys heard, it's not abnormal here, but I am not going to sit here and say that is something that every band accepts or that every band does, because that is not the case.
Now, let me ask you a question. I just want to interject for 1 second.
Sure.
I did do some research and I did go in and dig a little deeper, and I got some actual facts. Are you guys under the, like, basically, are you guys allowed to have is the mayor in y'all city the one that actually allows you guys to actually have y'all marching units?
So, and that's another thing. We are not a regulated entity. And so when people say things like, even in the comments, there were people saying, oh, they need to be disqualified or their organization needs to be shut down. We're not a regulated entity. You can wake up tomorrow and say, I want to start a marching band in Baltimore. And you literally can go on the state's website to start the process of creating your business, to get registered as an organization. Go on the federal website to get an EIN, and you start your organization. We're not regulated. We're not sponsored. So every single band in Baltimore, they are under the direction of somebody who is dedicating their personal time and finances. We get nothing. So, and I even saw somebody say, oh, they going on, this is a free, that child in a free band, she's not going on a vacation. These bands aren't free here. Everything costs, from the instruments to the uniforms to the equipment that we carry. Everything costs. And when these individuals join our organizations, they pay out of pocket.
We don't even have a marching association here.
Yeah, we're not regulated at all. So no, the mayor has nothing to do with it. We don't even get support like that from the city. And I'm being honest.
Out of the Baltimore people here, I'm older than Antoine and Chanel, and I watched them grow up in marching bands. And again, we don't have an association here, but when it comes down to a lot of those other parades, drill team parades and stuff, no, we don't fit the mold, but we know how to pick it up when we need to.
Okay.
So
So,
when we home, we just home. That's it. Home is home. You're gonna get Baltimore at its best form at home.
okay. So to sum it up, to sum up what Chanel said, it's not uncommon for y'all not to have people out there at the kids' cussing.
It is
Now
not
I
uncommon
got it.
at every event. So let me
I got it.
that,
I got it.
the event that you guys saw that in that video, that was another marching band's homecoming parade.
Homecoming. Right,
So,
right, right.
so when these bands have these homecomings, a lot of organizations take that time to celebrate they have.
Chanel,
So
Chanel, you
no,
kind of
that is that.
you you were starting to be choppy. I'll just
I'm
let you know.
I'm
The
sorry.
thing
Can
is,
you hear
everything we do is not competition. Everything we do is not competition. So all of the things or they should be disqualified and all that. And to sum everything up, because it was my band that actually was the topic.
So
So
you're the
that,
director over the band that said what all the girls said. Keep my name out
absolutely,
your motherfucking mouth.
absolutely, not a director. I'm the head drummer.
You're that drummer. Okay, so did you think that was appropriate for?
Absolutely not. Now, mind, listen, I have kids also. I have 4 kids in the band. My son, my 3 daughters.
And the girl that was in the video, is that your daughter or that wasn't your? Was that
It's
your
my
daughter?
goddaughter. That's my
Okay, your
goddaughter.
goddaughter. Okay, okay.
Now, when we go over our routines, we don't have we first of all we practice. I'm gonna show y'all practice some of our practice facilities. This is a practice facility to us outside in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we can separate the kids to learn these routines. Now they got this thing called shade, band shade, or competitive talk.
Right, exactly.
Um, and for years it's become a thing, but now it's elevating to a different level. Um, we don't allow kids to cuss. Sum it up. Period. My kids don't cuss. Do I think it's fair that the issue that was brought upon that okay she was cussing and whoever screen recorded and made a big issue? I think that was wrong because here we can just like social media, we can sit here and watch our kids let them listen to some kind of music. They hear it, they repeat it. They hear the stuff, they repeat it. If we say kids, y'all don't say the words, these for the adults to say the words. They say it, they're wrong. Now, do I think the parent was wrong for gassing it up? Absolutely. I think she was dead wrong. But is that something that we do? That's something we teach our kids? Absolutely not. There's a
So I'm
time and a place for
trying to
everything.
understand with you being the head drummer. I'm trying to understand, and we're
I'm
trying
gonna
to get
call
some
me.
insight. Obviously, you guys have practice. Obviously, this is rehearsed. So, at what point did you come in and say, "I don't think this is appropriate"? Did you even say that it wasn't appropriate for these
No,
young kids? You didn't say anything.
no. Did I say it was inappropriate for the kids to say it? Absolutely.
No, but
Again,
I'm saying when you guys were at rehearsal, did you voice that?
no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, in here we have community affairs, which is homecomings, and we might have a block party parade. We call it hood parades. We call it hood parades. Everything that's in the hood, where certain things will fly, and people will take to certain things differently than being if we had did a parade in Atlanta or did a parade in New York or travel somewhere and actually did a performance, it would not be the same energy. It wouldn't be the same energy.
Okay.
Um,
So let me do this. Let me do this because I want to make sure that we get to how this is portrayed to the public. Now the
Um,
mom is actually on my live now. Now, mind y'all, yesterday when I went live, I sent her a message and I got very much disregarded in a disrespectful way. When I simply said, if you have anything that you would like to say, because this is your daughter, you have every right to say how you feel about your daughter, but you can come on this platform and speak about it. You put it out there for the nation to see it, because before she took it down, it was sitting at over 500,000 views. And that was just in 4 days. So this goes to, you know what? I'm not going to even see. She does. That's,
you know what?
That she's very young. So I'm not even going to press on.
Now let's to elaborate on that.
Give me a second, Twan. Give me a second.
Take
it back off of what Twan and Chanel was saying. In Baltimore, there is a friendly, competitive thing that sometimes can get a little raunchy and out of hand, but it's something that we understand at home. Now,
right.
I don't.
Let me interject, Stephen. I don't know who you're talking to, but we never bashed her.
No, a lot of people, you probably didn't, but in the comments, there are a lot of comments that was bashing.
Okay,
no.
We just like, okay, let me say this. On my platform, we did not bash her. We were trying to get some understanding of why that was allowed and how inappropriate it was to see a 7-year-old child.
So a little history about what we do here in Baltimore. Again, it's a friendly competition.
So can I ask one thing though, Lenny?
Rates are competition.
Let me ask this one thing, because this is where the misconception comes from. When y'all make the statement, this is what we do here in Baltimore, y'all make it seem as if that is something that everybody here accepts. Not every single band does that.
No, it don't.
Was I guilty of it? Wait a minute. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is you can just don't classify everybody to be the same. This is exactly why we all have different organizations, because we have different beliefs, we have different understandings, and then we have different ways that we handle our organizations. And This is how I came to get involved in it to begin with, because what I kept hearing is Baltimore this, Baltimore that, Baltimore this. I have made it very clear on several occasions. Don't put me in this mess. I don't be wanting to be a part of this foolishness, because sometimes that's really what it boils down to.
Right. And Chanel, I'm glad you said that.
You know what?
You said that, because I want to make it. We don't know how y'all do things in Baltimore. We don't. This was brought to us by the mom and said,
now let me say this. Not to sit here and throw no one under the bus. See, this is why I took it personal, because if you really look into the performances from that day, we are hardly the only band that said this thing. And my issue is, I feel like my band was targeted. You feel what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of other bands who did I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But how it was presented to us as if y'all are the issue. Y'all making Baltimore look bad. Baltimore is ghetto. Baltimore is this. Baltimore is that. Baltimore is a great state. Our bands are nothing like everybody else. We can go somewhere and compete, and people ask us, what kind of drum is that? Where did you get that drum? Why don't y'all do this? Where do y'all get that? We're different. The same way if some of your bands come here, it'll be different. Just like Chanel and Lenny said earlier. We are different. We are a different platform. We don't call ourselves majorettes like y'all do. Everything is different. I understand where y'all were going, but y'all didn't classify as this video. Y'all classified as Baltimore. And I'm here to say,
no, I didn't classify.
Every band is not Baltimore. That what y'all seen is not Baltimore.
I asked the question. I said, "Is this what y'all do in Baltimore?" Because that's what they're saying. That was how it was.
Now, if you want to say that we do, absolutely, yes, we do. We talk.
Okay, so
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Sorry, I'm sorry to be vulgar.
That's what I was saying. There's a lot of trash talking to bands.
Yes,
and they carried over their performances. I've sat around. I got kids in the band myself. I've sat around at everybody practice and watch how everybody just get along and gel. So that one performance, you cannot take that one performance and judge what we do up here as an overall thing, because watch this. No. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
What I'm telling you, what happened was what was. Let me help y'all understand something, okay? Let me put in a perspective. Since the mom is in the comments, let me address it. And Jennifer and Cheryl and Deanna, whenever y'all want to hop in, just hop in. What I saw, the mom did not record so y'all want to say, well, it wasn't only her, the whole band, because the mom did not record the whole band. The mom recorded specifically that video started when they were directing them, and you heard the direction of the parents in the back. Take your palm back and sling it. You heard them say it. So they was directing them to get ready to do what they were about to do. They knew that them babies was about to cut. So, and then after she had said, Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth aggressively. The video only went on for about another 10, 15 seconds, and then she cut it off, which means to tell me that that was a holler and what she wanted. And then she went on to say on her comment, well, it looks like my baby about to go viral for something she said. And it's like, that is what you are boasting about?
But that's the issue. That's an issue with, I mean, not saying I would do the same because I wouldn't allow my kids to do it. But I can't sit here and argue something with someone else's parent. I feel like I asked you earlier. There are worse things out here in the world that's going on, and somebody's running about a kid saying, "Keep my band's name out your motherfucking mouth." Okay, it's a bad word, fine. But what's the difference when our kids out here watching TikToks and shaking their asses as they twerking and all this extra stuff that's going on?
That wasn't presented to us at the time, so we can't sit there and put two and two
so
together.
why
we
make
didn't do
why
that.
make
We
it?
put what y'all put out there.
I think what your blog did made it more of we just a messed up state, and we just allow anything to happen.
Talking about the organization as a whole.
There were also people in the
I wasn't
comments
even talking about the little girl. I was talking about her actions. The girl was cute. She was real cute. Her outfit was cute. It was cute. I never said nothing about. I didn't even say nothing about the mom. I was responding to what the mom
maybe you didn't, but your comments did.
I can't help that. That's no different than
and that's the same way we're telling you we can't help what other parents allow.
Right. But let me say this. When she put the video out there, is no way in any shape, form, or fashion that she honestly thought that she was going to get a positive response out of a small child saying motherfucker. And at the end of it, she's back there chanting, she fucked that up. As if she's rooting it on. Now, when you spoke of the kids twerking in those videos that they twerk, you may get some negative comments out of it. You may get some positive. Last night when that was posted in my group, I approved the post. And I wasn't sure if I really was going to do it because I really wasn't for it. And I knew that that post was going to kind of take a different turn. But I approved the post to the group. However, it was some people in the group that was on that post that was from Baltimore and familiar with how you guys style dancing. But the main thing that they were saying in there was, that's Baltimore, that's our culture, that's what we do.
That's what she was.
My issue was not, but I'm saying, so it was your supporters and your people putting it out there to allow more people to comment based upon what your supporters were saying. Okay. Now, my other issue that I have is that I did not, when I looked at it, I'm saying this is a child. This is a child. At any organization, I don't care if it's football, basketball, any organization to where I feel that a child should be okay to be talking about motherfucker this, that, and whatever, because we all do know that anytime you say something like that, that's in an aggressive, negative tone, and it's going to get an aggressive, negative response. So if she thought that when she put it out there, it was going to weak positivity, epic fail, a total epic fail. But she put it out there, and everybody knows that when anything goes on the internet, it's going to get positive, it's going to get negative, it's going to get. You put it out there for it to be looked at. They looked at it and they spoke on it. It is. So if she didn't like the feedback, she shouldn't have put her child, zoomed in on her child. You can see other kids back there, but she put her child on there. And usually when we put our child and we focus on our child at an event, we focus it on positive light. We have men or women at a basketball game. My son is getting ready to go slam dunk. Boom. You're seeing that. You're focusing on a positive light. You're not putting anything out there to focus on a negative light. Not a parent most of the time. But it's no shape, form, or fashion. She could have thought she was going to get a positive response out of it. That video did not deem a positive response. She got what she wanted. She may not have been ready to receive it, but she definitely got it. And everybody across it, the 500,000 people that viewed it was not just Majorette.
It was not.
So you can't just attack Majorette. If you're going to attack, you need to attack the public. You need to attack America. She put it out there for the world to see. The world responded. Unfortunately, it was in a negative tone, but it was a negative video that deemed a negative response.
So to speak to what you just stated, like I don't disagree with anything you just stated.
I
But
ask myself for my opinion and my option, whoever's saying that in there. Whenever you put something on the internet, you ask for it. If you
so,
don't want it to be opinionated,
Don't
Okay,
put
keep
but
out
my
it to
thing is,
yourself.
but
Keep
with
it in
that
your
being said,
cloud.
why?
Don't
But
put it
from
out
what I
there.
comment, from what they say, this is what y'all do in Baltimore. You cannot. That's just like say you see
We
somebody
did
get
not
killed.
say that.
That's what your people
That's why
said.
that's
Your
what people
supporters
saying in the
said that.
comments.
that's what they were
That's
saying in the
what people
comments,
saying that's
And I
Antoine.
supporting
still have
you.
it in my group.
Are
I still
y'all
have
able
it.
to
I
are
can
y'all able to hear
screenshot it
me?
and put it in.
Are y'all able
I
to
can.
hear me?
I have the
Hello?
post still.
Yeah, we can hear you, Chanel. What you saying?
Okay. So now I'm telling Antoine, like this is what people were saying in the comments to defend
Okay.
our culture. That's how they labeled it. This is what we do in Baltimore. So because people on our side, on our end, were saying this is how we are, naturally people who were viewing it are under the impression that that is the truth, that this is what Baltimore does. So it's
Exactly.
not the poster or the people in the comments that were saying it. To my understanding, on the mother's original post, that is
It's real
how it
people.
was defended
That
every
is
time
what she
somebody
said.
questioned it.
And that is what she said.
Okay.
So
So
again, when y'all want to sit there and talk about, first of all them people in the comment section, oh, I have no problem addressing none of y'all because I know half of y'all is in Baltimore. One thing y'all don't, I'm trying to steer away from shady T-Jazz and give y'all the Majorette T-Jazz. But baby, let me tell y'all something. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. If you don't like what the fuck is said on this platform, you can exit stage left because it's y'all motherfuckers in this comment section that want to try to defend some bullshit and you want to understand, you want to sit there and make it like,
It's
oh, it's
Jazz.
right. No, we
It's
not
Jazz.
shading y'all. We not saying nothing bad about the city of Baltimore. We are talking about specifically y'all actions. Now, if y'all condoning the shit, that's on y'all. Exit stage left.
so
But I'm
Jazz, let me say this. I don't know, and this stuff be way deeper than what we ever see on the surface. People
Right.
only know what they know. So for the I think it was Miss Cheryl Sherry. I'm sorry, I did not catch the name. You was
Cheryl.
stating Cheryl. Okay, so you stated that if this was okay, if this is what this can't be what she intended, it may very well have been because when people say things like, "Oh, this is how we do things," in their mind, this is acceptable. So
No,
you
when I
only
stated that
and
is
I'm not making an excuse for it, but
right.
the thing is you only know what you know. Here
Right.
in
She know that it
Baltimore,
was okay.
right?
And she
Man,
had
there's
So
to
no
I
know
don't
it
meaning,
was
think
no
she
time
okay
on
for her to
her.
even allow her
Not
child
saying
to
she
say
thought it
it.
was okay.
And that was some
She
of the
felt
other
that. No,
comments
listen,
that was
man, listen.
stated in
Jazz,
the
listen.
group,
Maybe
and
she
some of
felt
the
it was
supporters
okay for
stated was
her
that
child.
it's okay and it's acceptable because her parent knew that she was doing it. So those were some other comments that the supporter was
But no,
saying
this is what I'm
that
saying.
it
This is
was
what I'm
okay
saying as a
because her
member of that
parents knew
band.
she was doing it.
Maybe it was an understanding. Maybe as her as a parent. Maybe her. They only as a parent. If I'm
right,
not gonna say names, I'm not here for that.
so I'm gonna go ahead and
She
start.
may be
I'm gonna go
comfortable
ahead
with
and
it,
start blocking
but
disrespectful people. So I'm gonna tell you right now.
but
but
that
this is
doesn't
what
mean.
we're
Hold on.
saying
That
as
doesn't
far
mean
as
our organization is okay with it.
right. When I
That doesn't
said
mean
maybe she
Baltimore
thought it
bands
was
is okay with
okay,
it.
I'm not saying that your band thought it was okay, Antoine. I'm saying maybe she
Right.
thought because
Right.
obviously
We're
you're
speaking of the
also
mom
thinking that
and
it's
of the
her
girls
page,
that
it's
panic,
her
not your
video. She's
side.
not gonna
Right.
post it if she did not feel like it was okay. So yeah, she thought it was fine. But my thing is this:
Right.
like I said,
You
some
already
things,
stated that you didn't you stated that you didn't think it was okay. You stated that in the beginning when you spoke. I'm speaking of the parents that allowed their children that was right there because normally if you're practicing outside and we practice outside and I want to clear something up too because I don't want anybody thinking that we're regulated. We're not regulated either. We're in the process of doing it privately, but we're not regulated either. The same way you guys go and start up your business, it's the same way we start up our businesses. We don't need permission from anybody to start up ours. So I wanted to clear that because that was stated in the beginning.
So
But
can
when
I
I
ask
was
this?
speaking of
Can I
her,
ask
I'm
this though?
speaking of her and all of the other mothers that knew that their child was going to recite this, that had been practicing. When you're at practicing, you're tending to your drum line.
Now
They're
can I ask
working
this
on
question?
their
This one.
routine.
This is one question I would like to answer. I want to answer to. If that y'all seen this video was saying, okay, whatever, however the video, whatever, however, whoever sent it, whatever, I don't really care. But my issue with it is why actually hold. I mean, I understand her mother did it. I understand it. That's her mother. That's what she chose to do if she want to do. But my issue with this platform that actually posted the video. If it was my child, my blood child,
You can't
I
be
would
mad
have
at
had an
that,
issue
Antoine.
if someone actually posted my child.
You can't be mad at that because she didn't think enough not to post her child. So you can't
She
be
put
mad
it
at
out
But
there.
her.
That's my point.
why not just have the
She
open
put it out there
discussion?
for a
No, listen to what I'm
response.
saying. Why not just have the
She made it
open
public.
discussion?
She
We
Why
made
had
not
an
just have
open
an open
discussion.
discussion and
We
without
had
the
an
video?
open discussion. Antoine, we had an open discussion, and I also personally went on this one page. I didn't have to go to that woman page and invite her to come on and give her clarification. She didn't come on because she didn't want to. She didn't come on because she wanted what she wanted, and she wanted to go viral. She said it several times. So at the end of the day, you can't get mad about what is produced. Like I said, we know children cut. We know children out there smoking and doing every big and bad thing they're able to do. But guess what? When it's posted to social media and it's not kept in their homes, you are leaving yourself vulnerable to any and everybody in the entire nation to say something about that video. Because you're the one that presented it to the public for everybody to have. Now, like I said earlier, if we was up there praising her, girl, you did that, girl. Oh my God, girl, you, baby, I can't believe y'all. And then the thing about it was the performance after did not follow suit. We were thinking that y'all was gonna give us a punchline, and there was no punchline. It was straight flat. It was no punchline. So I'm
meaning what? Meaning what?
Huh?
Meaning what? Like I'm not
saying
understanding
the
that part.
performance after was all over the place.
But are you saying no? You saying again? You only seen that little girl. She's a child.
But that's what we're going on.
That's all she wanted us to see.
Again,
that's the point. That's all she wanted us to see. She wanted us to see her daughter shine, and we saw her shine in a different light. She didn't want to. She didn't want to. She did not have the camera on the whole routine. She didn't have the camera on everybody. She had it on what she wanted us to see was that group. And speaking at that time, saying whatever in that chant, motherfucker. Now let me say this: bands chant all the time. That's a common thing that bands do. They do it all over the U.S. They do it in middle school, high school, college, universities. They chant. That's part of a band, but they don't chant vulgarities. It's a difference. So it's not the chant you have a problem with because they chant.
We don't play
it's the fact that you have a child stating that. I don't even care what it is. It's the fact that it's a child.
If a director's thing is,
I don't think that's the issue though. Like, so, and then this is where I felt like it kind of got shady on that live yesterday, because if the fact of the matter is y'all are concerned about the vulgarity, then address that. But to go on and say, and it wasn't, and to say it wasn't even all of that, this is when it's like, okay, listen.
Yeah, that's where
the issue is the child person. Y'all address that. But then this is when it becomes messy and people do become defensive and they feel like, you know, y'all shading the whole thing. Now,
y'all can't pick and choose our opinions. Just like
no.
And
let me say this.
Nobody's
I hear what she's saying, but my thing is, if she would have put, let me say this: if she would have put the video out there,
your opinion. But what I'm saying is, it's the same because
if the video was out there without the cussing, they would have pointed out the mishaps of the transition of them bumping each other. The routine may not have been up to par. People are going to pick and say what they want to say about
the video would not have gotten as much traction if it were not for the cussing. That's what caught all
if it wasn't for the cussing and it was a messed up routine, they would have spoke on the messed up routine.
And that's perfectly fine. Listen, I had Antoine and all of us as directors earlier, we had conversations privately. The internet is forever. And like I explained to them, you don't put anything out there without the expectation that somebody's going to have something to say. When you in any type of public eye, you open yourself up for criticism, whether it be constructive, whether it be positive, you open yourself up for that. I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, like I said, one of the things that really rubbed a lot of us the wrong way, it was like the shading factor. The concern, the major thing was the fact that a kid was cussing. And I do not disagree with that. And there are a lot of people here in Baltimore who do not disagree with what y'all stated on that particular point. But when you start saying things like, and they're not even a band, like, okay, I cannot control y'all opinion. I can't. But at the same time, we're not shading what y'all call Majorette. J setting, or any of that stuff. You guys have something that you bring to the table, and whether you guys like how we do it, we have something that we bring to the table as well. At the end of the day, we're all doing some form of dance. And it may not be to your liking and it may not be to your understanding, but if the fact that we were addressing was the cussing, I think we leave it there. We don't know what your organizations have out here, and I ain't about to go looking just to start saying, "Oh, they not even on the right foot," or "This person kicked right with the light."
And they don't be, and
I'm
they
not
don't
doing
be, and they don't. It's a common thing. But when our teams get shaded, and when they do, oh well. It is what it is. They're not perfect,
so
and they
Jazz,
definitely get scores.
My question is, what is your concern?
Okay.
okay, I'll tell you what my concern is.
Let me mute because I want to give everybody a chance to. Daquan, your video's not on, so I'm gonna have to take you out and then pop back when you're ready. So let me just kind of refocus. Okay, we get backlash, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and go, Deanna. We get backlash too. We get backlash about how we're dancing. We see it on most of our organizations. We see it as though we're training our girls to get ready to go to HBCU. That's what that should be our main purpose, is to push our girls to a higher learning. Maybe that's not everybody's focus. Maybe that's everybody's focus in the marching unit, whatever the case may be. But we're training our young ladies up in a certain style that when they go to an audition and they go before a panel of their alumni sisters, they are being trained to go forward to them to be prepared. Not one time where you're going to go to an HBCU, you're going to see any, and I've seen this in the comment, I just want to address this. You don't hear the marching bands cussing. You don't hear the band members cussing.
That's a lie. That's not true.
I'm sorry. So you've been down to Jackson State University where you've heard the band director cuss. You've been to Jackson
Not
State.
Jackson State. No, I ain't gonna say Jackson State, but I've heard.
Well, because we have.
I'm
saying we have. We've been to their crossovers. We've been to when they had to merge. We've been to all of that. So to say that, y'all tripping because y'all bands.
So, I'm gonna say this.
Let me address that 1 second.
Okay.
The difference is these are adults. So if they decided to cuss from Kingdom Come, they are adults.
Okay.
They're not children. And that is the big issue that we're having.
That being said, you saying they're adults. So my favorite drum line is Atlanta A&T drum line. That's my favorite drum line personally.
Who?
Atlanta A&T. North Carolina. I'm sorry. North Carolina A&T.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm from North Carolina. This is North Carolina.
Cold Steel. Listen, Cold Steel is my favorite drum line. Cold Steel, my favorite drum line. Sorry, I'll take that. Okay. Now, it's a little guy that follows them around. And I don't know if he's one of someone's kid or whatever it is. But he has this little drum. And whenever they play, he mimics them, does what they do. Then they have this show where they start off and their words are like, "Oh shit," and would it be wrong if this little kid listens to them and he repeats that too? Does that mean his parent allow him to do that?
You are trying to compare apples and oranges, and that's not it. You can't compare what an adult does when you're supposed. Adult can see. Okay, so if the child see the adult having sex, that means the child gonna go in their room and try to find somebody to have sex with, because that's what you're comparing.
No, I'm not. I'm comparing saying curse words.
Okay.
I'm comparing curse words.
Second parking lot there, Deanna. What was you gonna say? And then we'll move to Joshua and then we'll move to Daquan, because I gotta take control of this. Go ahead, Deanna. Say what you say.
For me, it's the justification of children cursing.
There's no justification. Y'all wrong. We're not saying
I'm sorry. Did I come off my mic when you were speaking? Thank you.
But disrespect that's my issue. But go ahead, carry on.
Okay, well, y'all disrespected y'allselves by allowing y'all children to get out there and curse. Okay, because your team has a negative association because somebody thought it was going to be cute.
To y'all.
Well, a vast majority outside of Baltimore. So there are 50 states and hundreds of cities that have seen this, and a large majority have agreed that this is inappropriate. I hope they're saying this
right now. They're saying that Baltimore is not.
And then you're continuously being rude by constantly interjecting while I'm talking. Okay, now that you said what you said, I'm asking you to be quiet and let me get my statement in and finish. Now, as it relates to, I was the one who said that the routine following what was said did not live up to that. That's just like me saying, "Oh, I'm about to kill it," and I don't.
Okay.
You taking that big risk of putting your team out there in a negative way, and then the choreography doesn't live up to that. Now I do understand these are children, people can grow, people get better, and so forth. And the root of the issue is cursing. We already get a bad rap as Black people in the dance community. And I'm somebody that grew up in the UCA, UDA, technically trained ballet, jazz, tap, got the credentials, went to college, got the degree, teacher's license, and all that as it relates to dance. And at no point of any setting that I have been in, whether it's been with ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, modern, was cursing ever allowed by children. And we're trying to justify this by grown ass people being able to curse. So it's okay for our children to curse. That's just like saying, well, because I'm old enough to smoke and drink, it's okay for my 5-year-old son to smoke and drink as long as I come with it. And I think we need to hold ourselves to a better standard. There were so many other words that could have been said to solidify the fierceness and the sassness of the team, you know, and they would have been like, oh, they got a little attitude. They look okay, they so cute. Look at them. But now it's being overshadowed by a child cursing, and now this team is going to have a negative connotation with it for God knows how long. And lastly, I'll say, if it was me and we were planning other events or competitions or anything of that nature, I would be very hesitant to invite you guys' team there, because I don't know if they saying keep your name out my motherfucking mouth is an act of aggression towards another team. That's how fights and stuff get started. We're already dealing with kids getting beat up, parents getting beat up and stuff at these events, and folks not even wanting us to be there because of how we're acting and the things that we're allowing. It is not okay. We got to do better. Learn from the mistake and move forward and say, you know what, we were wrong. We thought it was cute, but obviously it's not cute, and it's going to paint us in a negative light. So we need to be very careful about what we do, because one thing I do know for a fact is your name is going to follow you forever. And I'm going to go back on mute and allow you guys to continue the conversation.
Now, to go back to what you were saying, we do not allow that. We did not allow. I'm not just
okay. So I got to put you on mute, Antoine, because we got to go in order. I want to make sure that we get Joshua in and Mr. Currency in. So Joshua, what is your feedback from this? Joshua is very prominent in the Majorette community as well. He is a award-winning choreographer for Majorette. He is very known, especially down south, and he has some feedback on how he feels about how this whole debacle just, so.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
What I will say is this.
Well, that's not me.
What I will say,
do we have, hold on. Josh,
wait, I got me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just had to mute everybody so that way it's no background noise.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Daquan, but I'm gonna have to mute you and I'm gonna come to you next. So let me mute you so we don't have no background.
Okay.
Yeah, so overall, all in all, this has been a wild situation. I think the justifications are absurd in any way, shape, or form. I agree that, like, I do feel as though there's a way that you could have included that little skit in your routine without the profane language. I think that anytime that you have any children, especially within Majorette, using profane language, being Black, being minorities, being women, being men, it's going to be perceived as an act of aggression or in a negative light. I don't think that in any way, shape, or form, whether the video was recorded from just the little girl's angle or from the entire team's angle, hearing that, it still would have went viral. It still would have been a moment. We would still be having this conversation simply because it was tasteless. It was tacky. And I think that you could have obviously included that entire skit without the profane language. Keep your name out my mouth would have been perfect. And so it is a constant fight and a constant need to prove ourselves to the majority and show that this is a genre in which you can brew solid talent from. And it's this, to me personally, is something that could have easily been avoided if the coaches would have said, well, how is this going to be perceived? I get trying to be viral, I get trying to have a moment, but there are certain ways to do things in a way that doesn't jeopardize children's integrity.
Thank you. Daquan, what's your feedback?
My feedback is simply this. We are the examples of children. I've produced over 20 collegiate dancers in the last 5 years. And I've done some things social media wise emo-wise. Hell, me and Jazz have went at it, to be honest, about opinions. But the children don't need to know. The video, I will honestly say, I was livid when I saw it because it's like, whoa. Certain things children don't need access to see or hear. Granted, we're coaches. We can't control the house. And when I say that, you can't walk into your dancer's house and tell their parents how to give their house rules. But as a coach, you control your house rules when it comes to your organization and your dancers. I'm be honest, it was just terrible. I'm not going to
So
sugarcoat
let me interject. Let me interject. Damian Smith, you are now officially blocked. Congratulations.
Oh,
go ahead.
But for me, there's no justification. And see, as Black people, we always feel the need to justify our situations. Sometimes it's not needed. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. This video is out. People are gonna make their own perspectives. However, your name with your organization's on the line. You don't raise that young lady. You can have a hand in raising her, but you're not her mother or her father. However, it shows what the parent allows. And sometimes we have to correct parents. And so all I will say is it was distasteful. I feel like this young lady is doing what she saw. But you can change that. You can correct that narrative because you are a coach, a bomb coach. Your team is awesome. However, I feel like check the parent. Yeah, some parents cuss and they be excited and like, but there's no reason that video of the child repeating, because let's be honest, she's repeating what she heard. That should have never got out. So that's where contracts come in and, liability comes in because your name, no matter what, nobody's talking about your team. They're coming to you as a coach. Your name as a coach is on the line. And
let me, because I see a lot of comments coming through now. I'm trying to, I hear you, Daquan. I just want to address this. We're not comparing the two. We're not saying
we're not.
And how y'all do y'all style up north it is very different. Down here, we do things a lot different than y'all do, and vice versa. But at the
it ain't
end
even
of the
about
day,
that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Cheryl is my dance auntie. Cheryl has known me since I started. And I'm sorry I'm calling you Cheryl auntie because I never call you Cheryl. But the one thing she will tell you about me is I could be disagreeing with something, but she gonna check me. And she gonna do it right. Whether I agree or disagree, she gonna check me. She gonna let me know, Daquan, that ain't it. That ain't it. I love you, but you went about it the wrong way. And you have to be receptive of constructive criticism because constructive criticism help us all. Me and Jazz, like I said, we disagreed on something. I'll show you the screenshots. Jazz had great points. I had great points. I inboxed Cheryl. This was like 5 years ago. I still will stand by what I said. However, I will stand by my corrections. Because we all can be checked. We all make mistakes. And that's why we are here. I'm not saying you're a bad coach because you're not. However, check your parents. Parents ruin us more so than we do ourselves. Let's be honest.
Okay.
We have to be accountable. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to make
sure. That's all. I just...
But I appreciate you guys because I know other people that's trying to get in. Like it's literally telling me that now my weight room is getting packed because there's people that's trying to get in to speak. So thank you so much.
Let them in, sis. Let them in. Let them in, sis.
I appreciate. I see you. Got to go, baby. Mwah. I'm gonna remove you, and then let me see, Lenny. I'm gonna remove you for a second. If you, but you're gonna still be in the waiting room. So, I'm gonna remove you, and then if you want to come back and just put the link, because I want to get to the nitty gritty of this because, like I said, we're not saying I'm talking about me. I'm not saying anything wrong with Baltimore as a whole. That's not what I said. I never said that. I never said that. We were just addressing how the public perceived this daughter, because she is somebody's daughter, this daughter was allowed to so freely say what she said, and it is an issue. Because if we want to be frank, and if we want to be if we want to go there, y'all already know it don't matter if it's drill, it don't matter if it's a black drum line, black marching band, black marching unit, majorette, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, them people that are outside looking at us as a ghetto fool. They look at us as look at us as we are a joke. And like I said, it very well may be because they don't have what we have. It's like I said last night, what we have is just in us. It's in us. But when we go out in public, y'all can do what y'all do behind closed doors. God knows y'all do it anyway. But when it hits the platform and the mainstream of people, yes, you have to be ready for any and everything that's going to come at you because you don't know. You put it out in the public.
But I'm trying to get it out of y'all minds. Like everybody keeps saying that the parents at the band, when we created what we created, we was at rehearsal and we came with, we said the kids have to say it too. That's not the case. Everybody keeps saying we're justifying. No one is justifying anything.
But the fact that still remains is when you're justifying or not, the whole entire team still said it. So it's like y'all did.
And again, what did y'all say earlier? We're grown. I'm grown. My other members are grown. The older members, we're grown.
Your kids, okay, that's fine.
Wait.
That was part of their routine.
We don't have a band full of kids, man.
That was nothing that they showed up and said the day of the event. They practiced that.
No, it did not.
So the kids got together on their own and said, "We just gonna say motherfuckers and our parents not gonna know."
My kids are in that section.
No. My question was, my question is, so when they got ready, they practiced the routine. So to the routine, it was no chanting. The kids collectively went behind the coaches.
Y'all keep saying kids with an S. Y'all keep saying kids with an S. Say what?
I couldn't hear you. Jasmine was speaking.
What? Y'all consistently saying kids with an S. There are kids in our band that we have a band. Our band we have about 70 members, and majority of them are not kids.
Right, but the ones that was displayed was the kids.
And
my question was that was part of the kids' routine.
Maybe if y'all go and watch the whole video. Maybe
she should have posted the whole video.
The whole video was posted. The whole video is definitely posted.
Hold on. I have a really question for you, The Voice, because that's what it says. So let me ask you this. So in consideration for this creative in that part, did nobody stop to reconsider, okay, we have kids on this team, how would this be perceived?
Basically, how up here, how y'all compete, every time y'all perform, y'all are competing. We're not.
No, that's not true. We showcase, we do parades just like y'all do.
That wasn't the answer to my question, though.
We don't chant.
Now, what's the question again?
But when the question is, whenever you set and created this, did you take into consideration we have children on our team, and we got to think about that portion of it too, just like we got to think about the adults, we got to think about the children too.
Now,
so were the children in consideration?
When the people who actually create our performances, when they come up with the things, when we say in practice, when we're inside of the building, the kids are in a whole different room. So when adults are practicing the step, that's what they practice. That's what they go over. The words they go over. Yes, we do it.
So how did the kids know to say that?
The way we put those,
and they said it all together collectively.
But then once we get outside, we practice as a whole. Me as a parent that has other daughters, my kids know better. I don't have to go and say it to them. I don't have to. They know better. They respect me as their dad. I don't have to tell my kids not to say it. They know not to say it at all. You feel what I'm saying? They know not to say it. Now again,
but I think we're still missing the question.
I can't tell another parent what her child can and can't do. I can't do that. But for y'all to sit and say on this platform that we allow it, that's not.
I think the biggest
all
issue
Baltimore
is
bands don't allow that. We don't allow that,
and we can agree that y'all had an issue because you did voice it in my inbox. That why did I feel the need to bring it to my platform? Well, guess what? This is a blog. I'm a blogger. And I blog any and everything. It was no different. Let me help you out. I feel it in my spirit. Let me help you out. Because just last year in y'all drill drum unit, there was a known, I'm going to pull it out of my ass because it's the truth. Y'all drill drum unit, because y'all as a whole is a drill drum unit. Y'all marching unit, okay? On y'all sector, y'all had someone that stole money from a team from a competition that they hosted. He said he was giving out $10,000, and at the end of the day, when it came to give that money, he gave that team that won $3,000, in which they had to take him to court to go ahead and get the rest of that $6,000 or $7,000 that was owed.
In Baltimore?
When we talk about it, like that's what I'm saying. We're not beating up on y'all. We're just stating what the fact is. It was produced. It's no different than that person.
Where was that battle? Because I ain't get invited to that one.
That was in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. Okay, this is Baltimore. I don't have nothing to do with Dayton.
But I'm saying we're talking about a whole, right? We're talking about what y'all do. I'm just saying as a whole, this is what's going on. And so I don't want y'all to think that we just ganging up on y'all. We are just trying to understand what exactly was the
transpired
of you guys producing this, and you just told us what we didn't want to hear. You said we didn't rehearse it. Well, hell, everybody said it collectively, and y'all didn't rehearse that.
So what? We said I never said
all of y'all said that same sentence.
He said the children were in a separate area, and then whenever they come all together, I guess that's when they hear the show.
I'm talking about as a performance. Everybody, all 70 of them people said it as a performance.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm not taking it. Absolutely. And I'll say it again.
It's like, okay, come on now.
Absolutely, we said it.
Y'all practice the cussing part.
Okay. Help me understand this.
It was more than one drill team saying that same skit.
Huh?
So what?
It was more than one drill team in Baltimore that said that same skit.
Absolutely.
So nobody.
Does that make it better?
No. I'm not advocating it at all.
It's not about what makes it better, what's right and wrong. It's a performance.
It's that theirs didn't go viral and y'all's did. Theirs didn't get the light
because again,
that y'all's did.
Again, I feel like we were shaded. We were shaded. Someone purposely took that.
Because Chanel, they did.
Let me just clarify this, because what the misconception is that Dominique sent you this video.
And just to clarify, I don't know who Dominique is.
And I clarified that.
My old drill team,
and I apologize to Dominic for
but
adding
the
him
whole
to that.
point is, this is where some of this misconception, and this is why people feel like their organization was being picked on, because they believe somebody from Baltimore, Dominique, another director in my organization. People feel as if Dominique sent you the video, because shortly after we all here in Baltimore learned of your live, there was a gentleman on your live yesterday by the name of Lee Delta. You invited him to come on, but he didn't come on. But anyhow, he's another director here in Baltimore. He learned of your live. He shared it with the directors here. Dominique sent you a friend request after he learned of your live. So people trying to play Inspector Gadget.
No, that's not what it was. I actually, when Dominique came into the comments on the video yesterday, or no, today, Dominique said, "Well, that was me." I said, "Oh, you're Dominique," and I sent Dominique a friend request today. Number one.
No, y'all been friends since yesterday.
No, we wasn't. No, we weren't. No,
He's right here. He's right here, and I'm telling you, this is where a lot of this confusion came from.
Well, I was accepting a lot of friend requests, so I'll take that back.
Right. So what people believe is, people here in Baltimore believe that because he was your only mutual friend, that he's the one who sent you the video.
That he sent me the video. Well, I just clarified it for y'all. It wasn't sent from nobody from the drill or the drum corps or the marching unit. It was actually from the
it was literally Bible in the Majorette.
Because I'm looking at the group, and the same person that posted it in my Majorette group is the same person that shared it, and she's in Majorette. I'm actually looking through because I can go back and see my whole activity log. So I'm scrolling through and I'm looking because they had tried to put it in there in my group 3 times yesterday, and I only let one get in there, but until I prove it, it can't go in there. And so it was a Majorette person that put it in there.
Yeah. It was the Majorette person. So they were sending everybody and tagging everybody in the Majorette community because everybody thought it was a Majorette team initially.
Right. So they feel as if they are being attacked because somebody from Baltimore, supposedly being in some my organization, sent in that video, and we only singled out them. And as I explained to Antoine earlier, this apparently the mother's video went viral, and somehow or another it happens to come across you guys. So, as he stated, no, they're not the only ones who cussed. It was probably 10 bands out there on Saturday, and probably 7 of them.
I mean, it went viral, but every major city has like a drill team or something. So it's very common. My drill team master sheriff, and I'm always in Kansas City.
Okay.
But
So
I guess I don't understand, Jazz. I just have a question. So across the board, like, and taking a step back and like, okay, saying we have in drill, we don't just have children, we have adults too. So is there no type of like self-awareness of how things are going to be perceived if children are involved? Because if my dance team was to get out on the floor and battle somebody and say, "I get the hell off my floor," it would go viral and it would be like a whole conniption. That's for hell. So like, how is it okay, even being a director of a drill team, how do you say, you know what, I like this skit, we're going to use this skit that has effort in it? How is that permissible, and how do you defend it?
And then if y'all was going to take anything from that, look at the backlash he's getting from saying it on the Oscars. He's getting canceled out of shows. He's getting canceled out of movies. He's getting canceled out of millions and millions and millions of dollars because of his actions. So why would y'all think that would be something positive for your kids to say?
I thought it was funny.
I just don't understand.
Y'all thought it was funny?
Do I agree?
Can I answer that?
Funny?
Please, can I answer that?
Said it. I don't think it's funny.
Please,
can I answer that?
Please, Chantel. Please, Chantel. I would love to hear your answer.
So this is back to what I stated earlier. People only know what they know. If in their minds this is acceptable, then they are going to do it. And I don't disagree with a lot of the things that y'all have stated about how this affects us. You know, people know that, but that does not matter to some people. And that's really what it comes down to. And I'm going to be honest with you guys and say, even with the advice that you guys have gotten on here with the degrees, the wealth of knowledge, that does not mean this changes. This unfortunately is, I'm not going to just say Baltimore culture. It is just basically the trickle down effect of how things used to be and things that we no longer do. There's no a lot of discipline in this world. There's no longer a lot of other things. So people do what they know. And if somebody doesn't have a problem with it or see it, I mean, like I said, I'm not justifying it.
Let me bring the mother up here. I am so Tanaya, will you do me a favor and do me the honors? Since you got so much to say in a comment section, will you do me the honors of coming up? Because we the people want to hear what you got to say. Because honey, you was woofing in his comment. And I've been looking at all your comments, Tanaya, Trinese. And I'm going to send you a nice soul invitation. And let's see if you add it, because I asked you yesterday. You didn't come on. So let's see if you're going to come on tonight. But keep it cute.
I doubt it.
Okay, so help me understand. Hold on. I just want to understand.
Let's go to a quick commercial break. Let's go to a quick commercial and the break while I bring this woman on. One moment, please. Because, honey, I am so interested to hear what she got. Honey, she beating enough comments going in. And I want to hear what she got to say as the mama. So, commercial break.
Work it. Party so insane. These words off the chain. Party so insane. These words off the chain. Party so insane. These words off the chain. Party so insane. These words off the chain.
It's Showtime Nationals. Welcome to Los Angeles Dance Competition, July 22nd through the 23rd, 2022. Hosted at the Hilton Los Angeles Airport, 5711 West Century Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90045. Tickets are available now at eventbrite.com by searching It's Showtime. Welcome to Los Angeles. Categories include HBCU Combined Walkthrough, Creative Combined, and Combined Pom-Poms with a Twist, Mini Junior Combined Dance, Senior HBCU 8th and 16th, and we have also added a Mini Junior Overall Grand Champion with categories including Combined Mini and Junior Walkthrough, Mini Junior Combined Pom-Poms. Over $4,000 in cash and prizes. This is one show you don't want to miss. Meet us there, July 22nd through the 23rd in Los Angeles, California.
Work it. I'm finna work it. Oh, I'm finna work it. Don't hurt it. Oh, I'm finna work it. I'm finna work it. Oh, I'm finna work it. Don't hurt it.
All right. So that was my upcoming show, Nationals in LA. Oh, we do have drill and drum lines. If any drill and drum lines out there, any drum corps, any drum from any band units, marching units, y'all want to come to LA? Come on to LA. Keep it cute. Keep it cute. So I had actually did the honors. Went ahead and invited the mama to the live, and I don't see her in here. So I want to see if she's going to come on to, let's see if the mother's going to come on. I got a message. Let me see if that's her. Oh, maybe she didn't get. Did she not get the thing? Give me 1 second. One moment. Jennifer, you've been real silent. Do you have any take?
Yeah, baby, I've been going in, so I just been looking from the back row. But I did want to say, and I kind of want to address a couple of things. One of the director, I think it was the head drummer, he did mention, and I think Chanel did too, that when you're in an organization that's not regulated, things, the way you do things, you will kind of do it differently because you want to stand out. Now that is something I told you didn't say that?
I didn't say that. No.
Okay,
I do
sorry,
not agree with that.
I don't want to miss.
No, I don't agree. It's okay.
So the reason why I said that was because I can understand that side, because with community style marching bands or anything, when we do things, we want to do things a little bit different because we don't always get the opportunity to do that in school, in a college sense. A lot of people think it's more freedom, but it really isn't. When you end a note, you have to end it a certain way. When you march, when you do drill, you have to do everything a certain way. When you're in like mass bands, alumni, all-star bands, all that jazz, it's a little different. You can, excuse me, when you play songs, you can play a little bit more raunchy. When you see the girls dancing, they be a little bit more raunchy with it. So all of that does play a part in it. However, when you're thinking about the longevity of your program, regardless of what it is, I'm a strong believer that you always have to think ahead and not in the moment. Everything can be cute in the moment. Like they said, when you have sex, it's going to feel good at that moment. But after you get up, and wash yourself up, are you going to still feel the same about whoever you just didn't bust this nut with? So you got to think about things like that. So I think what the organization decided to do was not in the best light. I don't want to come in on no one's parenting, coaching, directing, anything. That is not my style. But I do think that things like that need to be reassessed, because now I don't even know what this drum unit is called. I just know it's a little cute girl in purple and white. They told me to keep her name out her motherfucking mouth. That's all I know. And that's all I can go with. So it's just, honestly, it's just a matter of choice. If the organization is okay with it, then that's fine. But they have to be responsible for the positive and the negative that they get from that. Now, and that's all I could say. My people wouldn't. Adults or not. That's just something we just don't tolerate. But that's just our preference, because how we want to be viewed. We want to be known.
Let me help you out. The reason why Damien is not coming on, because Damien was blocked because of his disrespectful mouth. And this is my platform. This is my shit. Okay? So if you're gonna be disrespectful in my comment section, I know you don't think you about to come on my platform. That's not happening, Captain. So that's why Damien is not even in. He can't comment because he's been blocked from the live. He's been blocked from the platform. Thank you. Moving on. Tanae,
can I ask you guys? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I ask you guys a question? And this will kind of paint a picture. If you guys were to do something like that in a parade, like, I mean, and you not saying that you would, what would be the reception from your crowd? Would they accept it or would they reject it?
Oh no,
they would definitely reject it.
It would have been.
They would reject it.
And you would be blacklisted in the community.
It'd be all over in everybody's majorette, whatever, you know.
And I And I asked that question because I think that is one of the big differences here. Because unfortunately here, when people talk about culture, and this is what I'm back to what I'm saying, like sometimes you just know what you know. And these parade, you can come to a parade here, and that's the crowd loves it. And the band that does go out there and perform that does not behave that way or does not say those things, they don't. The crowd doesn't receive them the same.
Right.
So when people say culture, and it's you know, when you talk about culture here in Baltimore, it's so unfortunate for me to say this. We have a very high murder rate, and there's some people who really believe that that's normal. Yeah. They believe it's normal because it's what they know, it's what they see every day. So that's going back to what I'm saying as far as people with these performances.
Even with that, Chanel, if we are supposed to be the mentors, if we're supposed to be the mentors, if we're supposed to be and I'm gonna bring up a couple people. This is Dr. Robert Wagner. For those that do know, if you are in the drill team, drum corps, marching band unit, you definitely know who this is. He is well respected in the drill team community. He's well known all over from Baltimore, which he has actually judged shows in Baltimore. So we have Dr. Robert Wagner joining us this evening, and we also have the mother that is joining us for the evening. So I want to kind of steer this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get the feedback of what we actually are talking about at this time. Everybody else is going to be placed on mute. I'm going to allow the mother to speak first, and then we will go to Dr. Robert Wagner. So Tanea, what do we have, babe?
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you just fine.
Okay, so like I'm not condoning. I'm like, okay, I was definitely hyping my child. She was cussing, absolutely. I wasn't the one recording. I was on the sideline. I was actually the person that she walked up to in my face, to be honest. Yes, I was typing it. But what I'm not about to do is, like, I was prepared for the backlash. I knew it was coming. I didn't think it was going to go viral, but I knew some people was going to have something to say about it. But everybody got opinions. But like I said, it's normal here.
Okay,
that's what they do here.
Natasha, congratulations. You have been blocked. I told you to keep your disrespectful mouth off my live and out of my comments. So congratulations. You've been blocked. You've been blocked. Because that's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. So let me go ahead and get you blocked out of here. Give me 1 second, Tanea, so I can block her. Because she's getting a little bit too rowdy in that comment section. Congratulations. With your tatas all out. You disrespectful in a block. Okay, go ahead, Tanea.
But somebody on here made a point and said that's what we used to saying, so we think it's okay. In the band world here, that is absolutely normal. That's every band in here cuss, except like maybe I can count. I don't even know one band here that don't cuss, and that was this band called Christian Warriors. Any other band here curse? I have not seen a band here that did not curse. On the day that they did the parade, every band cursed that day. So for them to get up here and cap about it, that's beyond me. For Antoine, the voice I meant to get up here and try to say that his daughter do not curse, his daughter is in my daughter's section. She is in videos cursing right along with my child. That same exact video, for him to say that his daughter did not say it, she absolutely said it. I was right there. Yes, I was hyping them. I absolutely was hyping them. When I said Savage, that's the section name. So I'm like, right, Savage. I'm hyping all of them because all of them said it. So for him to sit here and camp, that is beyond me. His kids definitely be saying it. And when they taught that step, when they taught that step to the band, everybody was in the room. They pulled everyone into a circle, including the kids, taught them the words, and said when they practice it, they be like, oh, and I want to hear y'all mouths. Everybody online saying, or if you're not saying it, I'm gonna tap you and put you off.
Okay, so tonight I'm glad you came on because I asked Antoine the same thing, and Antoine said it was never rehearsed.
It's the cap. He's lying. It's rehearsed. I have the words in my phone. I have the words. I have the words in my phone from when they taught him. His daughter is in my daughter's section, standing right next to her. They call each other sisters. I have videos. I have videos that I'm not going to post because yes, I love the little baby. That's my girl. But I have videos of his daughter saying the words as well. I have videos of him. He's there at every practice. He know his his daughter say these words. So for him to get on here and cap is beyond me.
I
It's beyond
definitely
me.
believe that.
It's
And I'm
beyond
glad
me.
you said
Please
that
send it to
because
the
that's
Majorette
watching.
page.
Every listen, every child in this band say the curse words except the little babies. We have a
So
little
Tanea,
baby section.
let me say this to you, babe, because
Thank you.
Lord Jesus, let me say this to you.
Thank you.
We did not attack baby girl. Baby girl looked too cute. She was
Oh
so
no, she was
cute.
adorable.
We didn't attack her. Our issue was as leaders, as we are in the Majorette community, what we were trying to help you guys understand is when it affects y'all, regardless if we have two separate levels to this thing, y'all do the marching in, we do Majorette, it still affects us as a whole. Because if we want, let's just say this, I have one of the biggest dance competitions in the US next to Buck or Die and Warzone. Okay? The biggest. And if I host a drill team competition, I don't allow everybody to do my show. I don't, because I don't want to pull a narrative of how they do things in their city. If I see that you can't even respect yourself enough to not do or say certain things, I don't want you in my show because I don't know how that is going to go well with my other guests. And that was my main purpose of actually bringing it to attention. It was sent to me. A lot of things that go on in our major community, I can't be everywhere at one time. It's sent to me. And I did choose if I feel like it's something I should go live about or not. This was not a bashing session against you. I didn't even talk about your parenting skills. I was just like, what director is going to sit there and teach a child that the kids this and think it's okay? And then the mom is hyping it up like,
yeah, I absolutely was.
On all levels, not cool for us to see our little girls do.
So, to be honest, like I said, I understand exactly what y'all saying. It is a bad look, absolutely. But me, I know the type of child I have. She's very respectful. She don't curse regularly. I did give her permission to say the words. She definitely asked me, can she say it? And I told her yes. During the performance, she knows the difference of when she can say it and when not. But for him to sit here and lie, that's what pissed me off. Like that really pissed me
But
off because
I
I
also
was
think
never mad. I was never upset at the backlash. I was never upset. As you can see, when people were saying stuff, I found it funny. I was laughing because I know it's not normal everywhere, but I know it's normal to us here. So I knew other people outside of Baltimore did not understand it. I knew that.
You are now blocked. Congratulations, you have earned yourself to be blocked. I told
Like,
y'all
I knew
to keep it in the comment section, and you don't want to keep it cute. So how about we don't care about you? Why are you on this live? So therefore, congratulations, we don't need you on the live. I'm blocking people left and right, boo. Thank you. Go ahead, Tanea. Next.
Yes, and I knew people that weren't from here weren't going to understand it.
My teacups in the comment section. I need you guys to be picking it out. Let me know because I'm blocking them. Because we know what we're not gonna do is we're not disrespecting the panel. Y'all not gonna disrespect this platform. Go ahead, Tanea.
Yeah. So I absolutely did give my daughter permission to say the words, and when she was performing, I absolutely was on the sideline hyping her. I know y'all heard the person like, right. Yes, that was me, absolutely. But for them to really sit here and try to make it seem like and single my child out like she's the only child that was on the line saying it when every child on the line said it, because they make sure during practice that they reiterate that everybody must say it or they're going to tap you on your shoulder and you got to sit it out. Yes, only little babies, only babies that don't say it is the really little ones. Maybe we have a baby section that's like 5 and under, so they don't do the performances and stuff like that, so they don't say the words, but everybody else absolutely says it. Everybody
now,
else.
Let's go back. Let me say this while you right here. I recall the same day they made that routine up. I recall walking to the back of the gym and said to my kids, I wish the hell y'all would say it out their mouth. And Quan, I believe when our drum majors had an issue, Twan, you always running your mouth. You always got something to say to the kids. Go back over there with the drum line. And I said out my mouth, I wish my kids would say it out their mouth. Now, if you have a video of my daughter cussing, please send it to me.
But Twan,
okay,
Twan, okay, I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate. No, hold on. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna just have to play devil's advocate as Jazz would do and say, how can it's contradictory to say this is culture, this is what we do, but if my child says it, I wish you would send it to me. Because
absolutely,
you're gonna stop the piss out of them. Which as a
I
parent,
don't
that's your
condone
right.
in my kids cussing.
You don't condone your kids cursing, but your kids are a part of this team, and apparently it was taught to everybody to do it. So why is it such a bad idea if this is y'all's culture?
I say again, I can't tell nobody else's child what to do but mine. They were quick to tell me, Twan, you already go back over there to the drum line. Don't worry about we don't say less. I wish my kids would say it. And if I was with my kids right now, I'll let them get in and tell you the same thing. Again, if there's a video of my children,
you gonna go and tear her ass up?
I'm gonna tear her ass up. I'm dead serious. And my kids
But it's y'all's
know
culture.
Their mothers know
But it's y'all's culture. But it's y'all's culture.
The culture
but I asked, did y'all practice it? And you said no.
We absolutely
be on
practice
the
it.
squad.
I asked, did the kids practice it? And you point out straight told me no, that they was not a part.
My kid, I don't care.
Mom
My
came on
kids
here and
don't say
said
the words.
that
Listen
all
to
of
me.
them practiced together. All of them was in that room. I asked you, I said, well, how do they know it? How did they learn it?
Because
Then
called
you
band
said
steps.
no.
They taught
Mom
it.
just
They
said
taught it to
they
them.
was
They
taught
taught it to
them,
the band.
and if they didn't do it, they were penalized for not putting emphasis on it. That's what Mom just said. You had
They put it.
I don't know
They
how
taught it to them line by line. They taught everybody.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Who taught it to them? It must have
They
been the day I
taught.
wasn't there. Who taught it to
They
them?
taught it to. They taught it to them line by line, like breakdown. We want to say this. All right, repeat after me. Bop bop bop. You say it. All right. Then the next part is bop bop bop. You say it. All right. Now put it all together. Like stop capping, Antoine. Please stop capping.
My kids ain't doing no cussing. I'm sorry.
But I think
sorry.
that's something.
But you in the band, you be at the practices and they say it.
Absolutely.
You're in the band, you're at the practices and
I'll
they
pull
say
up
it.
on you right now. Show me the video of my child cussing. I'ma slap her childhood memories away.
It's not
I'm
about
putting
the
that
video
on.
of her cussing because we all know that they all cuss. It's not about the video of one particular one. It's about the fact, number one, that you said that they didn't practice it, that they didn't know to say it. I kept saying, well, how do they know to come in on that part? You said they just know. I don't know. They just know.
They know.
Well, obviously they know because
So how do they know something?
that's
How
in
they know something?
leadership taught that to them. So then to come over here and say, well, I know mine didn't do it.
Mine
it
not.
ain't about yours. It's about all of them collectively knowing and knew
again,
the
this is
chance.
what I'm saying. Y'all make this like it's a band
the
for
chance
children.
to the routine. And you lied. That's all
said
that
what?
is.
So what I'm hearing, because Twan, now wait a minute, man. You messaged me, and you was going in. And you said you said Tiana's daughter, Tanae's daughter was your daughter. And when I asked you, said that's your goddaughter, and now you backpedaling. Either way, it's still a bad look as a whole.
I said that to you. I never denied it. I never justified none of the curse words. I never justified. I said mine don't curse. Zion,
so
Zaya,
let me
Antoine,
let me ask Tanaya, Twan, Chantel. Let me ask y'all this. To be honest, to be quite frankly honest with you. Okay, you all said this is your culture. This is what y'all do per se, and I think that's something that none of us from the outside looking in could understand or could even do. So if this is y'all's culture and you see that it has such a negative connotation attached to it, who is going to be the empire of change, or is that not relevant, or do y'all not want to change that about y'all's culture? Y'all like the fact that the kids can just express negative, like vulgar language and be okay with it, like find humor in it. Like, is that what you all are going to continue to do, or is somebody going to say, you know what, I don't think that this is holding my children in a positive light, so I want to kind of do something different?
So that's a good question. And as I stated earlier, although it is somewhat the norm, it is not every band that does it. There are some that do it. As I said, it's received here. When you say the negative connotation of it, it's only we only got backlash because of people outside of the community came across it. It's welcome here. So because it's welcome here, some people are not going to see that.
No, Chanel, because I did go do a little bit of research, and some of them people is from Baltimore that was going against it too. So it wasn't everybody.
So listen, you're gonna have people that agree and disagree with everything, but the vast majority, that's why I said when you go to an event, is it received? It's more received than not. So because people
breaking the bad. I gotta kick her out so she can come back in because she's very
because I wasn't understanding.
This has been, I guess what we're trying to get now is to the point of this, and I want to make this perfectly clear across the board. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not appropriate.
To
It's just,
y'all.
what do you mean to us?
I did.
Yeah.
I want to ask a
You
question.
saying to us, so you're okay. Antoine, don't say nothing else because at this
It's
point you
appropriate to everybody except for you because you're double sided on it.
What?
You're double sided on it because you say your children can't do it.
My kids
and yet
don't.
it's
They not going.
appropriate
I'm not
But
for
you
going.
everybody
support
else
it.
to put their
Right. And
children out there to
so
look crazy, but you ain't gonna let yours. But
Mine's
you're
not hurt.
directing the group. Oh no, sir, just let that go. Because everything that you're saying is contradicting yourself.
Like
And I mean,
what?
you've lied through this
How?
whole doggone podcast. No, because the simple
How?
fact that you sit here, you can't even answer questions clearly. And it's
I just
definitely not
answered it.
funny. It's
I just
definitely not
answered it.
funny. Excuse
It is.
you?
I just answered it.
No, my question is, you think it's okay for because it's your culture and this is what we do, but you don't think it's okay for your household. Your
That's
daughter is a
fine.
part of that program,
My kids ain't
but you
cursing.
want to beat
Sure.
her ass when she get home
You
if
should have
somebody
never been
supply a
in
If I see a
video.
video of my
But
daughter
you
cursing, I'm
okay?
gonna slap her,
Man,
tell
come
her
on
to
here.
respect.
Come on.
But that's
I said what I
but you're
said.
contradicting.
But
That
No,
is what
that's
you
not
said.
funny.
I'm sitting here
you
That's not
screen
funny.
contradicting
recording
yourself.
the
But why
whole
do y'all
damn
y'all still act
video.
like y'all? So y'all kids are saints. What y'all telling me?
I ain't
No,
saying
that's
my
not what you're
kids is no
That's what
saying.
he
damn saint.
said.
So
That's
how
Yes,
come
not
y'all
what
sit
came out
here?
my
How
mouth.
could y'all sit here?
Obviously, you feel that you are, that your children's supposed to be a minute from it, and their kids are
Crazy.
not. I'm
This
just
is
trying to
crazy.
figure out why you feel
These
that your
big boy
child
is
is
crazy.
so good that they can't cuss and everybody else can.
That's what I'm telling you.
If
What
it's your
y'all are trying,
culture and it's
what
okay,
y'all listen.
then why are you
What
excluding
y'all
your
making out
children
of this?
and putting
I think
everybody
what y'all. I
else's
think
child
y'all
out
just
there
trying.
front screen?
Me
Man,
personally
gone
feel like.
somewhere.
Listen. Me personally feel like y'all trying to make yourself relevant.
You
I
ain't
don't
trying to
feel.
make
Hold
shit
on.
relevant,
No,
goddamn
no, wait
video.
a minute. No, wait a
Ain't
minute,
nobody
baby.
trying to make
I'm
nothing
not. Now,
relevant.
now,
Your
now I
kids
want to
ain't
say
no
this.
We've
video out
been
there.
relevant. Let's call it for what it is, boo. We've been relevant. Let
So
y'all
y'all
are still
y'all not
no,
relevant to us.
wait. Let me bring you back. Let me bring
Take
you
him off
back.
the goddamn
Let me
video.
bring you
Stay
back.
close to mine. Ain't nobody
Majorette
finna
has
keep
been
listening to this
relevant.
foolishness.
Okay?
A big forehead
Majorette
ass
has been relevant. Dance class has been relevant. Our marching band style, guess what? Howard University is not doing y'all
Please
style
be
of
nice.
marching up
We're
there.
not speaking on. We're not a college. We're not.
You
Whatever
ain't
y'all.
Okay,
nothing,
Well, y'all
and
okay,
think.
we
we're
didn't
not
say y'all
either.
was,
We're
but you
not
know, hold
either.
on, we trying to be relevant. Let's call it for what it is. Y'all clearly are in your own sector. You said y'all got your own thing going on. Y'all your own sector. So what we're
And
telling
y'all own
you,
sector.
Yeah,
Lord, have
we don't
mercy.
have an association. Every team is owned independently.
Yeah,
That
we are
we're
too.
not governed by jack shit. So
Fact.
just like y'all get out there and do what y'all do, we get out here and do what we do.
And
It's
I
just
don't
that
think
we don't.
we're. And I don't
It's
think
just
this.
that some of our coaches allow our children to
So let
do
me ask you.
some
To
things,
me, it
and
sounds
some
like.
of them don't. Just
To me,
like
it
y'all
sounds
allow
like
y'all
y'all
to
in a.
cuss, we
To me, it
don't.
sounds like y'all in a running to trying to make y'all trying to get like a reality show or something.
No,
Y'all trying to
Antoine,
get paid for this.
Bye.
I'm just asking.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm sick of it.
Lord have mercy.
I'm
We
sick
trying,
of it.
now we trying to get, now we
Antoine,
trying to
whatever
get
his
clout.
name is, he crazy.
Now we trying to get clout. Okay.
Hold on. Let me just say this.
I'm asking.
When you speak directly into the impact of drill opposed to Majorette, Majorette has been televised worldwide. A lot of people do know about Majorette. We're not as hip to the drill culture, and I'm going to be honest with you. But what you're saying, I have no point in being relevant. None of us here on this podcast have any point of trying to be relevant. But everybody attached you all's culture to our thing. And so when you did that, and when they did that, it became if my I don't want my daughter associated with Majorette or this type of dance if this is what they're gonna do. So it's not necessarily nobody's trying to come at y'all or act crazy, but this
But that's
negatively
what it
impacts
seems like.
us. This negatively impacts us as it just did you all. You all are not the only ones catching heat. If I was to take my team out there right now and compete, and we say one little word, they're gonna be like, "Oh, they just like them kids on that video."
Again, you're saying we compete. We weren't competing.
It doesn't matter. People
It don't
don't have
matter
the
when we
mental
marching down
capacity
in
to
parades. We ain't sit
disassociate.
up there keep your motherfucking name out your guy. We ain't saying that.
Now
We
you
don't
saying
say
so. We
that.
ain't say
And
all
number
that.
one,
You adding too
Majorette
much.
been
Your
doing
sister, you
we've
adding
been
too
doing
much.
parades
Forehead,
for
you
the
adding
longest.
too
We
much.
don't cuss, but it's
Forehead, you
okay.
adding too much.
It's just not our culture to
That's
go out there
okay.
and
That's your
say,
culture.
keep your motherfucking name out our mouths. It's
But
okay.
you're
We
missing
get it. I'm
you're
stuck
missing
on
the
the we didn't
association.
teach it and you did.
Let me take it over because ooh baby, this need to be said. First of all, we not trying to get off no cloud. We not trying to get no reality show. If the Lord see fit to pick it up, hell, Shady T gonna be. I mean, the Majorette T gonna be picked it up. But that's not what we're going for. We are simply trying to understand when you guys say culture. I think what you guys are really referencing is subculture. It's not the culture as a whole. It's subculture. It's something that you guys started doing on your own. And Miss Chanel said it. She said it earlier. She said that we did used to have horns and all this stuff, but as the years went on, they said they didn't use them no more. So they're not going to change their name. They're not going to change their organization. That's what they said. Ain't that right, Miss Chanel? So again, at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out the bottom line. How are we as a whole? Because that is the truth. When they look at drill team, they don't look at drill team as, oh, that's a marching unit. They don't think like that. They're going to automatically assume you guys are a marching band or a part of Majorette. That's the T. That's what they're going to say. So when y'all are affected and it's sent to us, we're affected too. But y'all want to sit there and act like we're coming combative with y'all. It's not about us being combative. It's about you guys understanding like on our end, on our side, how it looks just as bad. We get criticized too. They you know, if our girls don't have proper undergarments on, or you know, I've hosted a show. Lord Jesus, I don't mind because I said it before. I had a show where the coach did not understand about proper undergarments, and one of the girls went down in a death trap, and we saw all her business for the entire public, and it was embarrassing. But we don't pinpoint and say, "Oh, that you know." No, it's a whole. You help the situation, and you try to get some understanding of what, and try to talk it out and say, "Hey, listen, sister to sister, brother to sister, brother to brother, whatever. This is not a good look for y'all organization." This is not a good look because it affects y'all, it affects us. This is not a good look. They compare us all, and that's what we're saying. I'm going to bring up a couple guests, and because we're almost about to hit the 2-hour mark, and I know everybody's trying to get in and say something, so I'm going to try to get you guys in as soon as possible. Let me move to Marlon because Marlon does have a drill team down there in, I think, Tennessee. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Okay, Marlon, what is your take on all of this?
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, but you about to be choppy because you in the warehouse, boo-boo. Okay, Marlon, we're going to come back to you. We're going to come back to you. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. Okay, Mr. Marquise, I know you was in the comment section and you were saying, please bring up Icon Marquise. Marquise, tell us who you are, where you from, and then we'll go in.
Hello, everybody on the panel. My name is Marquise. I'm born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. I've been a part of the community marching band since like 1999. So I've been there for about like maybe 20 something years. I'm a choreographer. I work with drill teams. I work with dance companies. I work with marching bands. So this is a part of my lifestyle. So I might come in and out because right now I'm overseas. Actually teaching marching and on the tour right now. So I might be coming in and out because of my Wi-Fi.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you just fine.
Okay. But yes, one of the things that we teach when joining community marching bands is first discipline. After discipline, we teach structure. We teach the fundamentals. We teach the basics. And also, units does not really promote cussing. We don't promote it. They really don't allow the kids to say it. You have some parents that allow their child to say it, but overall, the directors does not promote kids cussing. Also,
so I want to ask just a question. How was the entire unit? How did the entire unit know to do those certain moves before saying that certain chant? If it wasn't promoted, like, so does the director not know what's going on?
No, most of the things we do are rehearsed. Yes, they are rehearsed. We practice at least 3 times a week. Most times when there's a competition, we might practice all week. But again, it's kind of like we know how to turn it on and turn it off. We marches in big parades. We march in white parades. We march in hood parades. What we do in the hood, we don't do in front of the whites.
So that's not what we're saying, boo. What we're saying is that regardless if you go, because you guys posting the stuff on social media, it's to the whites, it's to the blacks, it's to the Spanish, it's to any and everybody that got social media.
That is true.
So whether it's performing in person in front of the white crowd or on social media, it's still presented as such as a negative light. And that's what we're trying to help you guys understand and understand where we're coming from. We're not saying that y'all are a bad team. When I made the comment, just to clarify, when I made the comment, I said, because Miss Chanel had touched on it, I said, well, dang, if y'all gonna come so aggressive with the chant, surely there's gonna be some aggression and some type of wow factor to the routine that followed. And that's not what happened. We saw a regular smegular routine following the aggressiveness of, so it's like you put more emphasis into cussing than putting emphasis on the actual performance. And that was what we were saying.
Did you watch the entire performance?
We watched what was posted from the Mother's Live.
I watched that as well.
She did go on for like 15-30 seconds after, but then she cut it off.
I watched that as well. Thing. And looking at the video, I wouldn't say I saw a performance. I basically would say I seen a little girl cussing. So I wouldn't, on that video, I didn't see a full band performing. I just seen a little girl cussing. And as well as how you were saying about the little girl cussing, I think that was totally wrong and disrespectful to be posted for the little girl to cussing. But as you was bashing, like, oh, we're not a marching band, what is that? And what is thing? That's where I kind of personally got offended at, because we all consider a marching band. We all consider a marching unit. Yes, we're not a school band, or we maybe not a drill team, but we do take pride in calling ourselves a marching band.
Okay.
So I wasn't disagreeing with you when you were speaking on the little girl and cussing, because I work with kids, and I work with kids every day, all day. So I do not agree to cussing. I do not agree to doing certain behavior around kids, because kids pick up on a lot of things. And kids do as they see. You get what I'm saying? So, but as far as just bashing our community as a whole, that's what I got offended by.
So it wasn't, again, we weren't bashing the community as a whole. This is what you guys as supporters were saying. This is what the people in the city of Baltimore and up north, Virginia, DC, in the DMV area, this is what they were saying. It wasn't us. And I'm sure it was some people, I'm not gonna say it wasn't us, because I'm sure there was some people that wasn't up north that shared the same views. But as a whole, a lot of the supporters that saw that video and people that support drill and drum and up there, I did my research. A lot of them lived in Baltimore. And a lot of them shared the same concern that we had and said, this is unacceptable. You know,
so he just said something so interesting though.
Speaking on what he's saying that he felt shaded was when you guys spoke on the performance, not the. I think the world
and the performance, and I just clarified that the performance was we can okay, so we cannot dissect every little piece of thing, because the whole performance was not. You're asking me, did I see the whole performance? No, we saw what was produced.
Y'all saw when went viral.
You know, so you can't be upset at us for not really judging. Well, I'm gonna say it because people gonna say it anyway. We was judging y'all. We judged y'all off of what you put on social media.
Right.
That's what we did. So if we judged y'all in a proper way or a nice way, or said, oh my God, y'all effed it up, then cool. But then y'all can't be mad when people are looking at and judging y'all like, no, that's not cool.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not the cussing or the little girl. It was when you turned the phone around and then you highlighted the school band that was in the background, and you was like, "Oh, this is the marching band." It was the.
No,
Wait.
That was not what I did. That was one of the panelists had said, because she was saying this is a band. You know, I can't tell her not to say that.
No, I'm just saying those are the things that kind of made me offended of trying to downplay our culture and downplay what we take pride in. That's all I was saying.
But what's really interesting though, Marquise, is something that you said. You said that y'all teach structure, y'all teach discipline, and profane language isn't a part of one of the things that you all teach. So you saying that kind of really shed some light, because if drill and band is y'all's culture and including pop culture elements into y'all's culture is how y'all do things, I understand that. I think the disconnect for a lot of people in the comments and a lot of people around the world is y'all say, okay, this is our culture and this is what we do, but then in the same breath saying, you know, we don't teach these things. So then there as the element, well, if y'all don't teach these things, how did this become a moment in this in this
because
performance.
it's friendly competition, and it's also what we call band shade. It's kind of like it's competitive. Like I'm also from the ballroom scene, so a lot of that stuff is competitive. It's what we just leave on the streets. It's what we leave on the floor. It's not who we are as individuals. It's us performing.
So I
But
want to
again, we doesn't promote for kids to see it.
I want to address the comment. Someone said, "How do y'all think this little girl is feeling right now?" I want to address that because I think y'all trying to play on words.
Yeah.
I think y'all trying to play on words because, and I'm gonna say the reason why I think that is because this was told to this girl to do. We're not negating the fact that that's what it was. She rehearsed it. Her mama posted it, or her mama didn't. It came from her mama's page. Unfortunately, when you put it out there for everybody to see, you as the mom, and she said it, she was prepared for the negative feedback. She said it. You can't. We at this point, it's not really even. We're not really even focused too much on the baby in itself because this was not the baby didn't post it. The mother posted it for the public. So y'all can't sit there and say, "Well, how does the baby feel?" Well, we wouldn't know how the baby feels at this point. That is the mom's responsibility to deal with the baby in itself. We're talking about the actions that came out the baby's mouth. I want to move on to Ant. Ant, you're here with us. I know Ant said that he had. Ant, we looking at the ceiling, baby. This is a professional platform, Sugar. So can we see your face? Okay, I'm gonna wait till we see his face. I'm gonna remove him out of the stream, and then we're gonna add
a question, Jazz. How do I see the comment section?
I don't think that you can see it unless you're looking on my actual page.
If he clicks if he clicks chat, it'll pop up comments.
Oh, if you click chat on the
actual... but then it removes all of you all when I look at the chat.
But you'll still be on here. Yeah, you'll still be on here if you click it. You'll just have to click that video.
Okay.
I had
a question, if I could. I'm so sorry. I had a question. It was for the head drummer. He said something. I don't know if everyone catch it, that when he was made aware that they were going to be saying this thing, and he went to the room where his girls were, and he was like, "Y'all better not say it." Then somebody was like, "You need to go on where you was and let us handle this." Did I hear that right? Is that what he said?
I think that's what he did.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my question is, as a parent and as a grown man, like when I say grown man, as just someone who I know you demand respect for being a man in America, how do you feel, or did you feel anything when you tried to tell your children that this was something that you did not want to do, and you had somebody else override what you said?
No. Let me rephrase it. Now, I never said that they couldn't do the performance. Miles, we don't just have a band full of kids. This is what I'm trying to help y'all understand. We have our band is adults. There are adults in this band. The same scenario I gave with the drumline joint. There are adults in this band. A lot of adults. It's not just y'all. All y'all are seeing are the kids. Mm-hmm. There are more than just kids in the band. So if whoever made up the routine came and said, "Well, look, this is what we're gonna say. This is how it's gonna go." As a parent that has kids in the band, I can say what I want. Y'all can say what y'all want. My kids ain't saying that. Okay. That's my decision as a parent.
I want to bring.
Hold on. Like the parent, like what's her name? Like she got on here and said, well,
she gave her child permission.
I gave my kid the green light. To say that, okay, that's her opinion. I didn't give my kid a green light. Now, if my kid went and said it anyway, if I'd have seen my child in that video saying it, I'd have made an issue. That's my opinion as a father.
But
you know what I'm saying? Not saying that nobody, not saying I'm a better parent. It was
but Antoine, you had to know, but no, Antoine, see, that's what I'm saying. You be putting your foot in your mouth.
How?
Because if you're telling me, she just said that they rehearsed it. So you're telling me your child was pinpointing, she was taken out of that circle and was not allowed to say what the rest of the kids are saying. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And again, as a parent, my kid, they can say what they want. My kid don't have to say.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
What are you saying? Like, I'm not understanding what's your first
because she said that they put all the entire drillers around in a circle, and they all rehearse that. So your child, you're telling me your child did not go over to that circle, but the child danced.
Well, listen. If every one of my drum mates in these comments and know how I am, y'all probably think I be evil or I'm always being negative or whatever they may say about me.
Oh,
again, me as a father, take it how y'all want. I am not going for my kids saying. That's it. That's all. I don't care what was agreed on, what was created, what was made upon.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Give me 1 second.
And I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Give me 1 second. Eddie, you're coming on. I'm assuming you're part of the Eddie. Just tell us who you are at this point.
What's going on, everybody? Hi, panel. Hi, people in the comments. I can't see y'all right now, but hi, y'all. I am the bandiest one walking these streets. How y'all doing?
Okay.
But I am a alumni marcher. I started marching when I was 11 years old. I am now 37 years old. So therefore, again, I know about the stuff. I've been around the block. I've been in a few bands. I've been asked to march in a few bands. I'm still being asked to march to this day. So again, and first of all, hey Jazz, I just followed you because baby, the first thing, Shady T, that should be the name. That should be the name. Don't fix it.
We tried to stay away from
Shady
that
T
part.
is the name. Shady T is the name. Because baby, the girls are shady. My girlfriend over here with the glasses up top. Baby, when you fell asleep in the car, yeah, I fell out. I cursed you out. Shady T should be the name.
He did what? What did he say?
When you fell asleep in the car this morning.
When I fell asleep in what car?
That was me.
That was
right. I ain't been asleep at all. I've been right here watching the live.
I got the glasses wrong. But baby, when you fell asleep
right. I've been here watching the lives, so I ain't fell asleep at all. I'm very much so alert. I stay woke.
My girlfriend right there. When you fell asleep in that car, I live for that. I live for that. And when you turn the camera around to show what a real marching band is, that's when the shade started. Honestly. And like I said, I ain't been marching these streets for like over 10 years, but I felt the way I was giving like, wait a minute. So all these years we've been calling ourselves the marching band. So these people are saying that what we're doing is wrong. These people are literally saying what we're doing is wrong, and y'all definitely decided.
And you know
y'all
what?
definitely decided.
And the thing about it is, I seen someone comment in the comment section. They said there is different styles of marching bands. The white folk got their own style, the black folk got their own style, the Latinos got their own style, and the Japanese. We've all seen their styles. It's different. But you know what you guys' style is does not negate the fact that it's like it's not a style. It's you guys' style. That's your style. But the style.
Wait. So you're saying it doesn't negate the outside of the wait.
No. I'm saying what our supporters are saying. That is you guys' style. That's y'all marching.
So therefore, your style is the correct style. That's what y'all saying.
No. We're not saying that at all. We're not saying that. We're not saying our style is the correct style. Traditionally,
so everybody has a style.
Right. So traditionally, what we are accustomed to is hearing a full band playing music. Traditionally, it don't matter if you go to Howard University. It doesn't matter if you go to Jackson State, Southern University, A&T, World, FAMU. When you hear marching band across the board, they are thinking y'all gonna play us a song.
Even how about call it a drum corps?
We play music.
We
play music. We play music.
Absolutely.
We play music and we play songs.
Wait, Mark. Since we're talking about,
they're not just beating and banging. They're not just beating.
Wait, Mark. Since we're talking about things being traditional, we know a bunch of stuff that's traditional that is not traditional today.
Right.
We know. Since y'all were talking about these people right here, we know these people don't jump over the broom. We do. Are we saying what we do is wrong, or are we still going to embrace it?
But we're not traditional.
I don't think it's. But I don't even think it's a matter of what's
really
right
trying
and
to get on
what's
here.
wrong.
Hey, Jazz, can I get the floor real quick?
Fuck she talking about?
I'm not panicking. I don't think it's a matter of what's right or what's wrong.
Twan, cut it out, Twan, cut it out.
I don't think it's a matter of what's right and what's wrong in terms of y'all's culture and y'all's band. I think it's a matter of when you're working with kids and dealing with children, you have to be very delicate in how you present those to the world. So I think that's where our perspective comes from.
Right.
Not saying that your band, your style of band,
no.
is different.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. So no. Don't get me wrong, because I haven't even touched on the little girls cussing and all that other stuff. Like I said again, I've been marching for a while. it wasn't never the cool thing to cuss. Especially after a certain age limit, you wasn't allowed to cuss. If you was giving teen in front of yours, it might be a little iffy. You might get a pass. But teen on back, it was given, no ma'am, y'all can't say this. Y'all just do the stat.
But I don't think anybody's trying to down talk y'all. I don't think anybody's trying to down talk drill and say, okay,
wait.
drill and band is not what y'all doing.
You were not on the original live. You were not on the original live. The girls were dragging it.
Yes, they were.
They were dragging it.
No,
listen.
I've been watching too prior to it.
Whether it was intentional, whether it was them speaking their opinion, whether it was them speaking their truth, it was definitely a drag. And again,
I believe it, and I was watching right along with y'all. And what I'm saying is, I guess the way that I perceive things.
I got somebody walking up the street. I got somebody walking up the street. Another band girl again. So listen, that's how Baltimore gets. We see each other, and she's not even in no band that I'm in, affiliated with, never been in. But that's love and that's family. And their band just cussed everybody out again. But y'all didn't get that clip. Y'all ain't get that clip. Y'all ain't get that clip. Their band was definitely cussing.
I'm gonna say this, Eddie. If we would have gotten the clip, trust and believe, if it was sent to me,
it would have been right up here.
It would have been addressed. One thing about me, I don't cut corners and I don't shuck and jive nobody. If I'm seeing it and it's sent to me and I feel like it needs to be said, I'm going to speak on it because it's wrong.
Oh, I went back and watched a few of your lives. But then again, that's such on a culture thing. Like Marquis said, when we're at the white parades, when we're out in Atlanta marching for those people, when we're in Canada marching for those people, these people right here, you're not giving bitch this shit, that, other fuck this shit.
Why do y'all think that's okay to say around y'all people?
Wait.
Because the hood like that. We all know what the hood like.
Wait.
We all know the hood love a turn up.
Mark. As a performer, you cater to your audience. You cater to your audience. So as y'all been a Majorette team, when y'all in the hood, y'all not throwing the cute, fancy.
Oh yes, we is. Oh yes, we is.
Bitch, I'm gonna get Daisy wherever I go.
Let me finish, Jazz. Let me finish. Listen. Y'all definitely throwing that, but y'all definitely giving y'all crouchiness though. Y'all definitely giving the crowd.
But what our babies are not out of their mouth. We're dancing. We're not using vulgarity.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's what we're saying. That's the big issue.
But let me get to that. It's wrong for the babies to cuss. We all in agreement with that. We're all in agreement with that. But at that point in time, at that event was given basically a street battle. It wasn't given no judges. It wasn't given no scoreboards. It was given straight, bring it to the street. If you don't see her, tell her why you don't see her. That's the type of event that it was. Maybe they failed to tell you that. And mind you, again, we in the deep hood. We got the drug dealers out here. We got the girl. We got all of that out here in the crowd. We don't have nobody sitting there with their Bible. Nobody ain't out there with their Bible. We got people rolling blunts. We got people selling drinks on the side, edibles, and all of that at this type of event. So these are the type of things that we go to. It's no shade.
And I think that it's important that it's important that we understood the context of the video as well. I think that you all explaining the context of the culture made a little bit more sense, but still, I don't think that in any way, shape, or form, whether it's my culture or not.
I want to address this. So it's okay for kids to cuss in a performance, but it's okay. I guess he was saying it's not okay for kids to cuss in a performance, but it's okay for children to buck and twerk. Let me say this. Wait. Let me say this. Malik, let me help you out. Cussing ain't gonna get your ass into college, but a good buck down will. Let's talk about. You want to talk? If you gonna come on my live,
not working. Technique.
In a
college or strip club.
Technique get you in there. Not working.
College or strip club.
I didn't say nothing about working. I said bucket.
It's getting contradictory.
Y'all getting misconstrued when you say bucket and twerking. Those are two separate things.
And that honestly depends on what college you depend to go to. Because some of them,
but they were doing all three. But you don't not bucking and twerking because they were cursing, bucking and twerking. All three.
Some of them colleges frowns upon bucking and twerking. It depends on what college you go to.
Yeah, that's why
Bucking and
half of them end
twerking
up
is
in the strip club.
the dancing is not the
every black
focus.
college.
So that
down
means
here in
every
the
black
South.
college,
We
right? Every
down here
black
in the
college.
South, every black college
And we
down
up here in the
south,
north.
when they
And
hit
listen,
that floor in that field show, they are going to buck you down.
And listen, we up here in the north. We up here in the north. We up here. We up in the home of the wire in the corner. Because I know your half of y'all got
let me
HBO.
let me add a
Y'all
floor real
seen
quick,
it.
y'all.
We up here.
Hold on, wait. Let me add a floor real quick. Let me kind of explain to y'all a little bit about what y'all kind of get misconception. No, a little bit misconception right here. So the Baltimore band community has been around for almost 60 to 70 years. We're talking longevity. We're not talking about something that's been around for a couple of years and these people just pulling stuff out their ass. The Baltimore band community has been around for a very long time when we had people that we idolized as pioneers. People who taught Majorette, who taught twirling batons. We had horns. We had uniforms from head to toe. You had the boots. You had every single thing that you guys are describing. We have. What we can't keep doing, first of all, everybody on this panel is black. We can't keep going back and forth and try to decipher the two. Everybody is essentially doing the same thing. We're just doing it in different ways. Y'all do the way y'all do it, and we do it the way we do it. Now, I'm going to speak for my group because my group and I had a discussion tonight about everything that's been going on. Not every group in Baltimore City lets you have it like that. There are some groups that will. And they are speaking for themselves. I'm not going to speak for them. They're on this live. They will speak for themselves. But as far as me and my house, we teach our kids that trophies and checks is top priority. So some events and functions, unfortunately, we don't do because we don't want to have them exposed to certain things. And that's just the way we operate our organization. Now, to a lot of the bigger organizations, to the hard organizations that go strong, they look at us as like a little rinky-dink. We look at us as just being that group that just don't want to be in the mix. And there's quite a few Baltimore City bands that do not want to be in the mix. Now, the whole thing about the marching band, there's a lot of groups that refer to, like my group, refer to us as a marching unit. We don't have horns. We don't have trumpets. We don't have saxophones, violins, none of that. We have drums. But because we have majorettes, because we have high steppers, because we have percussion, we are a marching unit. We don't walk. We play and we march and we perform. So that's the one thing I just wanted to get clear because it's too much going back and forth. First of all, Baltimore, we don't need to be doing this on this live. If we have our own discussions, we need to be having that conversation on our own time. But as far as from what we deciphering between the two, the difference between up north and down south, that doesn't matter. We all doing the same thing, just in different ways. I understand y'all have been around for a long time. We have been around for almost 75 years. And these programs are still going. We have over 1,000 kids in our organizations collectively. We go have conversations with City Hall about what we can do to better our organizations. We go march, and if y'all really want to look up some stuff, look up when Freddie Gray and that whole protest happened down Baltimore, and look up the bands that was out there on the street, the same bands that y'all referring to, the Go-Getters and all these other groups that was out there on the street marching for a cause to get the whole riot and stuff to shut down. We shut that down. Google it. Look it up. Every news network was out there. So before we continue to bash and talk about this one isolated incident, and I'm not going to say and act like that's not us, it's a Baltimore culture. And unfortunately, that's something that certain directors we are trying to navigate away from. That we can't control what other units do. But for the ones who are trying to be positive and trying to control the narrative, yes, we are doing what we have to do for the sake of the children. I lost 5 in the span of 5 years to gun violence and everything else under the sun. So you best to believe we don't play all that trying to go back and forth with nobody else. We watch our mouths. If you can afford to do it, do it. But for us, we don't do that. So we can't keep associating every single group with every single group. We can't huddle everybody in. Yes, we all are a representation of one another. As everybody sitting on this panel, we are a representation of one another. So all the back and forth, all that stuff we got nowhere. Y'all have been talking for 2 hours and 9 minutes and got completely nowhere.
I disagree.
I totally disagree. Because hold on one second, because I've been sitting here. Let me say this. I totally disagree with that because my thought that I want to get on here was to understand how the children came to be allowed to cuss. That was my
wait. Your thought,
hold on, I didn't say anything. Hold on, sir. Hold on, because I want to touch on some of the points. Hold on 1 second, and that has already been explained. I understand what you guys' culture is. I get that. I want to know that you said that you don't allow it, and that's fine. You say you go to City Hall and all that stuff. When here, sometimes to hold parades, when we say in our local government, we have to get permits. Now that this video has taken a turn, let's just say maybe for the worse of how it appears to the world now. My question is, and when you go down to City Hall to get another permit, do you think this is going to have a damper on them
So can I help you
allowing you
really
guys to
quickly?
do and operate in the way that you
It
guys
makes
have?
sense now.
Can I help you
So
really quickly?
this was
The
the
damage.
benefit,
Hold on,
y'all. I got you. Hold on, Ammo. So this blog was to humiliate us and benefit y'all.
I beg
No.
your
Okay, so
pardon.
where's the
I beg
benefit?
your pardon.
No.
Where's the
Just asking.
benefit?
I'm just
What are
asking.
you doing? Let him go to Cinco de Mayo. Let him go to Cinco de Mayo. Where's
I'm
the
just
benefit?
asking.
Where's the
I'm asking.
benefit? Sir,
Let me
I
show
want
We
the
want
gentleman
to
in the
you.
corner to talk because he talks with a lot of respect,
Because
and I
from what I'm
appreciate
listening,
where he's
hold on.
coming
From
from.
what I'm hearing,
Desmond,
listen.
let
From
me
what
hear
I'm
what he
hearing,
was trying to
it's
say
basically
because
like y'all
Quan has
saying
talked for 2
everything.
hours.
Y'all
This
getting
gentleman
to
ain't
y'all
said hardly
addressing us,
nothing.
but it's coming back to what is
No,
making
we
y'all
want
look
to
like.
we want to understand. We want to understand the
Okay,
culture. We want to
Let him go to
understand.
Cinco de
We
Mayo.
hold on.
Hold on. The
It
mother
So we
doesn't
of
want
the
affect you
to we
getting a
child.
want
permit yet.
Sir,
You
this
just got the
why
the
permit,
mother
and
of
I'm
the
we want
child.
to
responding to the person
understand.
on the
The mother
comments.
of the
It
child got
didn't.
on this live
But
and
you gotta
explained to
wait
y'all what it
until the
was.
mayors and everybody of the city and see how it sheds a light to determine if you will be eligible for a permit. So that's what you have to understand.
We
You got a
as
permit
directors, we
before, but
understand that.
were
A
you
lot of
ready
us
to
are
get it
naive,
again?
love. A lot of us are naive. We understand that, and the damage is already done. We understand that part too. But
I
where I'm
wasn't
getting
talking
to,
to you. I was
hold on.
addressing
But
the
what I'm
people in
getting
the
at
comments.
is where is the resolution? We have gone in circles for 2 hours and 11
We
minutes.
don't have
We
a
have not
solution
come
for
to a
you guys.
resolution.
You guys have to come up with your own solution because
It's
that's your
not just a you
culture.
guys thing, because if that's the case,
That's
you're
your
trying to act like
culture.
this shit don't
So
stink, and it
no.
does.
You guys
Everybody
came
does.
on because you thought we were badgering you guys,
Y'all
and
was.
that was
Y'all
not the
was.
case.
Y'all was.
No, the reason why you have multiple
Well, you know
directors.
what?
Hold
If you
on.
thought
So
we
understand
were
this.
badgering everybody
Listen.
except for your daughter
There are
because your daughter
multiple
didn't cuss,
directors from
remember?
multiple organizations on this.
Absolutely.
There's multiple
Right.
directors from multiple organizations on this
The
live.
fuck is you talking
There's
about?
multiple
Big ass
directors
Nigga,
from
I'm talking
multiple
organization.
about your
organizations on
ass.
this
What the
live.
fuck you mean?
Cause you're in Atlanta. I'm in
What do you
Baltimore. That's
mean?
why I
I'm
keep.
talking
You
about
got it.
you. I'm talking
You got
about
it.
you. Now
You
you
got it,
finna set
forehead.
this shit off to go a whole different tone. You the
No,
one
you
get
took it
your
there.
ass on here
You
live.
think you can say what
Nobody
you want
paying
to
you
do
to
and it's
get your
not going
ass
Can
on
down?
here
y'all
live. You lied, sir. You lied.
I'm not one of them.
We're not doing
So
this. We're
since
not
and
doing
I'm
this.
not one
No.
of them, motherfucker. Remember,
Watch your
No,
mouth.
y'all.
I'm
No,
not one of
y'all. Come
them.
on.
I'm not
No,
one of
y'all.
them.
No,
You
y'all.
mad because you lied. Chill
Yeah,
out.
like
This
That's
ain't
your
no,
lying for me
show.
to
stop.
lie to you. Who
You
who
did
are you?
that.
I don't
You
have to
did
even lie
that.
to you. Who
You
are
made
you?
your bed. The mom told the truth. You lied. Chill
I
out,
said
sir.
what I said. My
All
kid
right,
don't
and you
curse.
said a lie, and we're
Call it
good
what you
with
want.
that.
Show me
We're
my
good
child
with the
cursing.
lie. Chill out.
Show me my man. Listen, check this out. Whatever y'all purpose was, it didn't fly. How y'all thought it would fly. Let's say that.
I don't give a
We
fuck.
don't have no personal
Let me help
gain.
you out, bruh. Because evidently it flied a little bit too far because the mama
I
done
ain't been
took
on
the video
shit.
down.
I ain't been on
So
the bad side. I've been
evidently
sitting
by
up listening to
my
these lives and then
Check this out,
let
bro.
me help you
Look, bro.
understand.
This
Let me
is what I'm
help you
saying, bro.
understand, Antoine.
got
Let me
me
help you
fucked up on the
understand.
right day.
You did not have to come on my. I didn't even know who you were. You messaged me.
Absolutely,
I
because what
got
y'all were doing, y'all were trying to humiliate my band. I'm not going for it.
You messaged
get off.
me.
You
Y'all trying
came
to
in here with
humiliate
the
my people. I
lie.
wasn't going for it.
Man,
I
go. You
tried
the
to be
one
respectful,
lied.
but y'all not gonna keep. I'm not going for
You
that.
lied,
Okay,
sir.
so,
You lied.
About
if
what?
you're not going for it anymore, Antoine, is there anything else that you have to say in regards to this? Because you're not going for it. So, is there anything else? Because this is my problem. You can't get offended because we discussed something that was put out. You're offended because of what was put out. You mad because it hit a platform.
I'm not mad. I'm not
No,
mad. I'm not bothered. I'm not
You
bothered.
told the truth
You
and you
are
lied.
mad.
And she said she got a video of your daughter. That's what you're mad about.
And I still haven't got the video yet.
Well, that we ain't got the video. We going off of what the heck was sent to us.
And that's what we're going off. Thank you. So it's not about my child.
Okay, so then at the end of the day, then why are you so invested? Because you said that was your goddaughter, and clearly,
Yeah, absolutely,
she don't got that same feeling because she called you up here and said you was alive. So make that make sense because the math ain't mathing.
She said, and here's my thing. She said every child would get punished punished if they did not cuss. So
That's
did
not
your child
true.
get
That's
punished?
not true.
Well,
My
I'm
child,
just
my
saying,
child
well,
ain't
you
my
go
child.
back, y'all go
Listen,
back to y'all house and
man,
discuss
hold
this.
up, time out.
Y'all go back
Quanika,
to
you
your house
on
and
here?
discuss that.
Quanika is my drum major is on here. Quanika, comment that please. My
Okay,
child is not
what?
cussing.
What did you
They'll
tell him?
tell you, my child, I'm not going for it.
Okay. At the end of the day, why are you so pressed? Because they said we pressed. Why did you feel the need to message me?
Because I felt what y'all was doing. My thing is one thing to have open conversation. Time out. You asked me a question. Let me answer.
No. Be specific, because again, I wasn't bashing. I wasn't bashing.
Why you still running your mouth, big forehead? Shut up.
I can run whatever I want to run with your black ugly ass.
And your big face ugly ass. You not cute.
You the one sitting up here looking fucking idiot. Trying to
Wait, I gotta mute y'all. Wait. Y'all, we got to keep this. I know y'all feelings is involved, but the name calling got to stop. It's got to stop. Y'all bring it back. Bring it back.
You the one got your ass in the mud. Your panties in a bunch.
Your ugly ass mad. You still
you,
mad?
Your bitch ass ugly
and your ugly bitch ass mad.
Okay, Jazz.
Okay, I wish I won't on you. I got listen, y'all listen. Okay, listen.
Wait,
your fucking
let's
and you still
ugly. Your bitch ass on somewhere.
Fucking something with a shit with.
You mad and you got your panties in a bunch.
I'm not mad. I'm actually at peace. I'm at peace.
Bitch ass
Okay.
You mad. And you mad.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
And you mad.
Can you calm down your gremlin so I can talk to you?
Shut the fuck up.
Mute the gremlin so I can talk to you.
You shut the fuck up.
Shut up, gremlin. Shut up, gremlin.
The name calling. Come on now.
You big mad or little mad?
I ain't big mad because my child ain't out there saying motherfucker.
Your child probably eat dicks or something. That's why.
And here's the thing.
I gotta remove him from the string. He gotta be placed in a like y'all. This
stupid ass motherfucker.
Whoa.
Okay, so anyways, back on topic. Back to what he was saying.
Back
to what Ant said.
Let's take a second to
decompress.
Wait 1 second. Let's take 30 seconds.
Play a commercial. Commercial break.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B-flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up.
Okay. I think we got y'all. Let's take 30 more seconds. If you have felt this podcast has been beneficial to you, or if you just want to go and support the podcast, please do so by Cash Apping to Jazzy1. Oh Jesus. Just y'all,
Jesus on the main line.
Y'all, that went left so quick. So if y'all don't mind, just go ahead and bless the platform. This is Lady Jazz's platform. I pay for this service monthly to bring y'all all of this. So yeah, that went left real quick. Please make sure you guys are blessed in the Cash App, and I will give you guys a shout out once I see it come across. Now listen, the name calling is just totally wow, but I kind of figured it. Y'all got it out, so y'all. I'll let y'all have y'all little seconds. Y'all have it out. The biggest issue that we have, because we need to wrap this up, you guys. At this point, what are we trying to do? Like Cheryl said, this is something for you guys as community, Chanel, that you guys have to honestly dissect. We only talked about what was sent to us. We are the Majorette community as a whole. We are just as much affected by y'all, because guess what? They don't decipher us too. They don't say, oh, they're a drill team or they're a marching unit and they're a Majorette. They put us all under the same umbrella. So with that being said, y'all have to know, as we come into y'all, this is a little bit much to see this. And you guys, people want to say, well, y'all keep harboring over the child cuss, but it's so much bigger than that. Because Jennifer and Deanna said the same thing yesterday. This can follow. What y'all not seeing is this video could follow y'all baby until she is getting ready to potentially go to college. And what type of college is going to look at you like, oh, we want her a part of our organization? They're going to look at it. I don't care if this was someone told this baby to do this. And the baby felt need to do this. So again, we can't blame the child. The child only did what she was told to do.
Right.
But as a director, as us being what we are to these kids, mentors, mamas, daddies, goddaddies, whatever hat you want to wear on that day, those kids are still looking up to you. And that is the bigger picture at this point. I'm not blaming anybody. I just want to say, what are you guys going to do in the city of Baltimore to make sure that something like this does not come back across and it be more detrimental than what it has? Because like I said, the video has been taken down. Now, unfortunately, people have screen recorded. It was sent to me, screen recorded. It's on my platform. I don't delete my video because I'm a blogger. No different than Wendy Williams and her behind, and no different than dog on the shade room and his behind. You can't get mad because certain things are sent to a platform and it's talked about and it's not received as, and that's the big picture. What I'm hearing is y'all was bashing. No, we weren't bashing y'all. We can't control, just like y'all people say what they want to say in the comment section. We have the right to state our opinion as well. You cannot be mad at the Majorette community because we felt as though we thought that this should be taken on a bigger scale. It was put out there for everyone to see.
But y'all was bad. Y'all was bad.
Yeah. I was going to say that y'all
No. Let's clarify this, boo. I wasn't bashing anything.
I'm saying y'all because y'all. It was
Marquise, like I said, I cannot control. Just like you can't control what they gonna say on your post, Eddie. You can't control what they gonna say on your post. Chanel, you can't compare. You cannot control what anybody in the world has to say because it's an open forum. It's an open forum with an open dialogue with open opinions. Y'all ain't me. I can't sit there and say I'm blaming you for y'all. No, because if you didn't say that, I can't blame you. So at the end of the day, what do we really talk about here? We're talking about the effect that this child may have long-term wise. And what do you guys plan on doing to make sure, because y'all saying that's y'all culture, and I'm sorry, that's not a culture that is looked at in a positive way.
So I take it like this. We're going to do the same thing that the Majorette did.
Okay, Stephen, thank you so much. Mr. Big One, who are blocked, do not come on my live with your foolishness. Give me 1 second while I block him. Let me go against the block. Give me 1 second. I got to block.
Chanel, take this.
So I'm addressing y'all definitely said, oh, this is what y'all do in Baltimore. Y'all said it a few times on the original live. Oh, this is what y'all doing in Baltimore?
So Eddie,
never fly here. Wait,
Eddie,
let me finish.
You weren't on here earlier and we addressed all of that. So,
I was in the comments, but Jazz just said that anybody can say that because she's speaking for herself. So therefore, I'm talking to Jazz. I'm not talking to anyone but Jazz. Again, like I said, I'm a fan of Jazz, and she got me. She got to follow again. So I'm gonna take it. Like y'all saying, well, what are we going to do to address this issue? We're going to do the same thing that you guys did when the. I don't know you guys' background, but I can only go for what I saw on a higher platform that you guys said. It was the DD4L. When those girls did the cheer dance and everyone was outraged at those girls doing those sexualized moves on those chairs, we're going to address it like that. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch. That was on a public platform. I seen that. Me and my mama watched that on the couch.
Right.
I didn't feel no type of way, but my mama did. So again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It ain't gonna stop what they doing. It ain't gonna stop that they won. It's not gonna stop there. I don't know if y'all do cheer routines. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure some other major rap teams that y'all know about that do cheer routines and other things that you guys don't care for. That's the same way a lot of these bands feel about it. We can't control what the next band do.
Right.
We can only deal with what we do.
Right.
What we do as an individual, as a person, anything. Like they say, the mama came on here and she said, "Oh yeah, I let my child cuss for this." That's her child.
Right.
So
therefore, it's not like we're expected to change. I'm not expecting it to change. My question was, I needed to understood. It kept coming back as y'all. My only question again was it taught? That was my question. That's always been. I haven't touched on nothing else that y'all talked about other than how did it come to that this was what they did. That was my concern, and my concern was answered. I don't expect for it to change. If that's what you guys have been doing, and that's what your community
Girl, what
expecting you guys,
y'all looking at,
keep
girl?
doing it. Keep
Wait a
doing
minute,
it.
what y'all looking
My
at?
only thing is when the video came and it got negative comments, then that's when everybody got upset. But if that's what y'all do, keep doing it. I'm not expecting for you to change. Not at all. Because that's what your community is used to, and that's what they want from y'all.
Listen, Cheryl. It wasn't when everybody got negative comments. It was the comments that they was given. This is what y'all do. This is what Baltimore did.
Well, I can only go by what was in my group. I can only go by what's in writing in my group.
Right.
I'm not sure about what went on in the live, but in my group, I looked in my group because I still have the thread and I can see it and I can put it out there. I can only go by what was in my group because that's the main thing that I watch.
Again, y'all were giving y'all. When you say
but
that
what you're missing is that's what they came out and said. They said this is what we do. This is us, and this y'all don't understand us. So when you say you don't understand, yes, and we say okay, fine, that's what y'all do. Fine, that's what y'all do. But that came from the Baltimore supporters in surrounding areas that was familiar with you guys. And
why do I keep saying band people out here? Another band person out of the too. It didn't come from the Baltimore supporters. It started from
band reunion.
Yes, it is. All band
love.
Band
reunion.
All band love. What's up, Big Reg? All band love. What's up? But yeah,
band reunion.
Again, like I said, for me, being a person that has been marching over 10 years.
Wait. We have a DDP. We actually have a dancing doll parent from Jackson, Mississippi that actually is coming on. She's a DDP. A former DDP. Miss Chanel, go ahead and
first of all, hey baby mama Cheryl. Hi, baby. I want to address the chair move. Those girls were 18 and over, 17 and 18. For a 7-year-old to curse, that mama should have went out there and got her ASS off that floor or wherever they was dancing. So you say, Mr. Vangy Eddie, I'm addressing you because those girls were in high school. And those moves that they were doing, it was just a simple 5-6 move your butt. I mean, it's no different from what everybody else is doing.
Right.
You can't compare what a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old to a 7-year-old saying the MF word. That is just
listen.
No, let me get done, baby. I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
Let me get done.
Okay.
I'm defending the dancing dolls of Jackson.
It's nothing for them. It's nothing for you to defend.
That is something for me to defend. You can't say a simple what you do to 5-6.
Did you watch the episode? Did you watch the episode? Because that's how I think.
No, you know what? I didn't watch the episode. I was there because my daughter was part of the team.
Right. So again, I watched it the way it was aired. When they judged it, they only seen that one clip. When I judged it, I seen the episode.
But
so
therefore,
it is the same.
Right after the episode was aired.
That's what I'm saying.
After the episode was aired, everybody was doing a chair routine. Ain't nobody out there saying motherfucker this and motherfucker that. That is very disrespectful. That motherfucking parent should have beat that motherfucking child ass.
And again, I'm in agreement with you as being disrespectful. I'm in agreement.
This one right here,
here
would have did it. Whether Diana was there or not, I would have went out there and got her little yellow ass off that thing.
I understand that.
That was disrespectful.
Again, I can't say this enough. I'm in agreement. The little girl should not have been cussing. She should not have been cussing.
Now, if it was older,
exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
No. But listen, I'm telling you the way I seen it, the way I'm addressing it. The same way you said they seen the clip. The clip was no more than 15 seconds at the most.
And they killed it too. They killed the superstars with that too.
I saw a whole. Yes, they did, and I said that, and I said they won because I'm a DD4 out fan. Again, like I said, from the episode that I saw, the way Lifetime put it, the crowd was outraged.
No, they wasn't. They wasn't outraged. They was outraged at the fact that they could do that.
You're not listening. You're not listening. I said the way Lifetime portrayed it, the way they edited it, the crowd was upset.
No, they wasn't. No,
you
they
just
wasn't.
said you didn't see the episode, man.
I was there. I actually heard the music that they were dancing to.
Again, I said the way the show was on, the way the show was.
Let me interject. Give me 1 second, Miss Chanel. Let me interject. Okay, so I want to also bring up something. Oh, this is getting too good, y'all. We already at 2 hours and 30 minutes, but this is good. This is good talk because this may be able to be where we bridge the gap. Also, what I stated on my live last night, and some people may feel some type of way about this, and I'm going to try to be as overhead as possible. I don't want to actually say the word, but do you guys realize there are people out here in our community that literally look at our little girls as not little girls? There is a lot of perversion. People don't want to talk about it. We deal with it. We've had situations. I'm gonna be transparent. Can I be transparent on tonight? I'm gonna be transparent. We've had people actually have came to me and told me that men was recording girls at our Majorette competitions and was stroking themselves on the side. This was told to me. So this is what we're facing. If we're putting this sort of thing in the atmosphere for people to look at, and in their minds, they're not seeing that baby as a child when she's acting like that. Y'all have to understand where do we come in to take accountability for the actions of ourselves regarding this? Where do we say no? This is not no, because I'm hearing a lot of people being very opinionated about how we brought it to y'all, but no one is actually really saying like, y'all not taking accountability for it. It wasn't right. Y'all saying, well, no, I don't agree with it, but what about what y'all do over here?
We did say that it wasn't right,
but
right for the
what
kids.
About this?
We said it wasn't right.
But I wanted to stop saying one thing. The little girl didn't make it up on her own. So we have to stop saying what she did. We say we know she was told to do this, but we keep coming back and it keeps sounding like, to me, the little girl was doing it and she wasn't advised to do it. It just that tone keeps coming off as it's at the little girl. It's not at the little girl. And I want us to make sure that when we speak, we're not making it at the little girl. The little girl was going by the direction of her coaches. It's not the little girl. So please stop. Let's not make it towards the baby. It's not at her. It's not.
But I think that's also, Cheryl, I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because I think that my perspective and what I'm trying to understand and what I tried to gather from talking to people who are in the Baltimore culture of bands is how did this become okay from top down, from the top of the chain down to the bottom? Because that obviously, like you all mentioned before, children can only do what they're told. Like that little girl did not go out there and say the MFN word because she just felt like it today. No, it was a choreo. We got to the bottom of it. It was a choreographed routine in which they were taught the words step by step. And so for me, as a coach of a team, an award-winning one, I'm trying to process how it is permissible.
That was incorrect information. You're saying she was going off the direction from her mother, not the director. No. Let me just make sure to address you, because the mother actually came on and said herself that the entire team pulled them together and said that that's what they were going to rehearse. So that was something as the team, whether the director knew about it or not. Right. Evidently, they had to know something because it was said during a performance. But go ahead.
But I was just saying,
can I address that?
Hold on. I just want to finish this point. I just want to finish this. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand. Like, I feel like there are so many different ways to throw shade and to include elements of what's currently going on that do not include excessive and vulgar language. And so for me, as a creator, I was trying to understand how is this a thing that you all explained. And I think Chantel hit it right on the head. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, not saying that I agree, but this is what our culture does. This is what we've been doing. So then we want to understanding where this took place, how this took place, the setting, the behind the scenes all need to be exposed to make sense to everybody else that is not there, that is a part of this world, so we can get an understanding and not just look at a video and say, oh my God, there's just a little girl and a group of little girls just cursing. We needed to know the backstory, and we had to ask those questions to get a full understanding, because to be honest, I'm going away with this understanding, okay, no, I'm not going to take a team to Baltimore and expect them to curse at us. Now I understand the culture. I understand where the event took place. I understood how this became a thing, and that was not clear from a video.
Thank you.
Chanel did that on the beginning when she came on, and she stated that how the tradition was and things changed over the years. And this is probably one of the things that got picked up over the years that started. As she mentioned, we're in Majorette.
I don't know who Aunt Bart Jr. is, and then I see Kiva Brown is saying that she wants to come on because she's one of the coaches on this team. Listen.
So Aunt Bart Jr. is another director of a new organization that's getting ready to come out. Kiva was in your comments.
Okay, so Aunt Bart Jr. don't have an organization. Okay, so and who is
he? I mean, he has one. Anthony has been on the scene probably since before I was born.
Okay, who is Kiva?
Kiva is
Earlier, me and you talked to Kiva earlier on your one. That's the one I blocked that said she didn't want to be never part of the Majorette, but she was in my group for 2 years. That's Kiva.
Oh, okay. That's
right. So, but I understand what Chanel was saying on how the tradition changed, because if you look at it on our side, our tradition changed. Our tradition changed, as she mentioned it before. Traditional Majorette, we twirl, okay?
Right.
But we don't. All of our teams don't twirl. We have some. The majority of other teams, don't twirl. Some of them do it. Some of them don't. So I guess, as you were saying this morning earlier, is that as the tradition changed, the chanting and sometimes of the cussing came into it, and that just been the trend. I guess is what's been going.
I've been to multiple.
What's I'm sorry, you said what?
I'm sorry. I've been to multiple live filming.
Wait a minute, let me address that. I'm sorry.
Let the other Chanel address this comment.
Okay, Chanel, go ahead.
Let me address that comment, because absolutely, because like I told her mother, and like I told that the guy Antoine that were on here earlier, we have in the 16 years we've been out, we have twice at that particular organization, because they don't know how to leave people alone. People seem to think that just because you remain humble and you remain quiet, that you got a little bit of bitch in your blood. And sometimes I have to let people know we can get down with the best of them. That is not our MO. That is not something we consistently do. But if we have to, we will. And yes, we stoop down to your level twice, because y'all don't know how to leave people alone. Period. That's what it comes down.
What it sounds like is to me. I mean, I'm loving this open-ended conversation.
That's what it comes down to.
What it sounds like to me is there is really no differences between Majorette and Drill Team as a whole.
Absolutely not. And see, and that's a problem.
So
I never got on here and tried to paint a picture to say, oh, I have the perfect organization. But I will say one thing that some of these groups get on here and say is I can't control what my people do. Well, guess what? I can. Because they're mine. And if I can't control you, you don't belong over here.
Yep.
Plain and simple. So we do things rather differently. But yes, I did twice. Because and it took me a few months to finally respond to y'all. But I had to let y'all know. Just because I'm not scared of y'all, baby, I'm scared of me.
Oh Lord.
Understand that.
That's right.
I'm not scared of y'all. We can get down and we can be just as ratchet and be just as do all of that same stuff. But for what?
You shouldn't
because
have.
When I went into this for kids. I didn't go into this for y'all grown people.
It's taking the fun out of it for the kids. It's for the kids. It's not for the grown people. That's what I don't understand as a parent. I'm speaking. I'm not a coach.
Not every weekend.
I'm a parent. I mean, our girls' baby dolls have never danced to a slow song. So when I see a little child dancing to a song, that does something to me. Everybody ain't the same. But Coach D would tell us in a text message, don't even stop. We will wait for her to make a move. Like if some of the stuff that y'all did see on Brinket, we sitting there because her Jackson DDP stay ready. We stay on go. I know me for one. We always ready for some shit to break off. Anything dealing with our coach and our kids. If those kids were cussing at our girls, come on here. First of all, Donna would have took them off the floor. Our girls. Me seeing a 7-year-old, I don't even know how old the baby was. That coach was wrong. And I'm not blaming the mama or that baby. I'm blaming that coach. You shouldn't have not even that 7-year-old nor the other girls out there cursing. Because guess what? They're gonna be around here cussing out grown people that at school. Then what you gonna say? They already hating on Majorette community anyway. What are those little girls doing? What is all that? I had to defend so many teams on Instagram, on social media, and I don't even know them. Why they out there gyrating? What? What are you talking about? They having fun. These are A and B students too. Did you know that? That I don't even know who this team is, but some pair of twin.
So, like, and I see there's so, oh my God, y'all is not gonna let me out of the office. So I have to bring people out of the because there's people that's trying to get in. So if I'm kicking you guys out the studio, that is meaning because other people want to come on and say something. Marquise, did you have anything to say?
I was going to drop so you can bring other people up. I just want to say,
yeah, I was too, because I'm trying to enjoy my Cinco.
Okay, thank you for coming on, guys. Okay. Oh Jesus. I could breathe, y'all. But you know what? I don't see this as a bad thing. I don't see this as a bad thing, Chanel. I'm glad you guys actually came on. I don't see this as a bad thing. I see this as we're trying, as a major community, we want to get some type of understanding of what you guys do, because obviously we didn't know. And if that is true in all, what some drill teams or marching units do in up there north, it still doesn't make it right. I see Kiva on. Cheryl, please keep it cute. Kiva, please keep it cute. I just want to hear what they have to say across the board. Just keep it cute. Kiva, what do you have to say?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm not on here to go back and forth or anything like. It's a learning experience for everybody across the board. State to state, city to city, town to town. It's just a learning experience. Me personally, I am a coach of the team. We did rehearse this routine. So on the first day, because I know y'all been on here for 2 hours, so I know people didn't said a whole lot. Up here in Baltimore, we have a very rigid way of how we perform. There is a lot of shade. There is a lot of bashing from a lot of people. There is a lot of back and forth, whereas, we may say something in our performance this weekend, and next weekend, the next band is going to come back and say something about us, whether it's cursing or whether it's just other stuff, whether it gets personal, whether they say something personal about your personal business, anything. It gets very, very, I guess, like, I'm going to say like down and dirty. No, what we do teach people here, adults and children, and that is left on the blacktop. Everything that's said, everything that's did is left on the blacktop, no matter what. I also want to just say, like, from the children to adults, that video definitely didn't, and like you said, Cheryl, it doesn't depict who that child is, because that child is not a child that just walks around cursing. She's a very sweet child, like I said yesterday. Her mother is a very sweet mother, one of the most supportive mothers that we have on the team. Now, as a coach, when we put together the show, we try to go off of things that are like relevant. So at that time, that was kind of like in a comparison to what just took place with Will Smith and Chris Rock. That's where that came from.
Yeah,
so
we knew what it came from.
Right. So it was a backlash.
My thing was
backlash to another band that we don't have like a beef with, but we have a social back and forth with another band. So it was basically, that was what we were saying to them. Now,
do you understand how? Because you're a coach. So let me say this, because I want to address what you said. Do you understand how that creates more of a hostile environment, more over than a competitive environment?
It only gets hostile when we perform, because we're also family. I'm in one band, but I grew up in other bands. I have family in every band. I have family that when we get to a performance, a parade, a competition, whatever, a block party, whatever it is, I'm going to speak to everybody out there. And I'm 34 years old. I have aunts in other bands. The people who taught me what they taught me are those legendary icon people. And they are currently in the band that we have, quote unquote, not a problem with, but we have a social issue with.
But now, I don't think that, Kiva, I don't think that's the problem. I think we understand that because even in Majorette, like there are teams that I don't have
we just
beef
leave
with.
it there. Like we leave it on
But
the
I guess what we really want to understand is how is it okay to include the profane aspect? Because if you would have said keep your name out of my mouth, how does that not have just as much energy? Well, it clearly doesn't have as much energy because if y'all would have said keep your name out of my mouth, it went as viral as keep my name out your mother FM out. So I guess what we're trying to understand and get a real firm concept on is who deems it okay for the kids to use profane language and at what point does it stop? Because MF is a hard one.
The person who deems it okay is their parent.
So the director has no say so of what actually was said on their own or in their own organization.
I'm sorry, you said what?
The director of the drill, the marching unit had no say so about that. Y'all saying that it's the parent that allowed it. Because the parent can only allow what the director allows. Or they
the way that it works, and I can't speak for all bands, but the way that it works is the drum majors and the coaches, the people who teach the steps, we're the people who make the performance. The performance is then rehearsed during practice. While it is rehearsed, the directors see the performance.
Antoine said that it wasn't rehearsed.
The performance is rehearsed.
Okay.
You can't do a performance without a rehearsal.
Antoine, you shaking your head. You said it wasn't rehearsed, Antoine?
No, what I said was it wasn't rehearsed for the kids to see.
Every parent
that's what
was given that option.
It was not really for the kids to say, Kiva, am I lying? Will I let my kids
parent was given that option. You have parents who, like Eddie said,
but who approves the final routine?
It's like a collective thing, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the routine. That's the routine. Now, if it's cursing in the routine, that's cursing in the routine. We have over 100 people on our team, from children to adults, boys and girls.
Chanel, can you help me out? Because I'm missing something. Chanel, you have your organization. Do you approve everything that your kids do?
Absolutely. Nothing. They can't do anything without me saying it.
So Kiva said, as a coach on this team, she said it was done collectively.
So I think what she means collectively, meaning not one person made the decision.
Right.
A few people came together, but ultimately, the leadership had to have approved of it. I mean, I would assume so. I can't say how it works in their organization, but over here, nothing happens without approval from the leaders. At the end of the day, we're responsible for everybody. So no, we don't just allow them to do whatever they want.
So, and I see the comment. Someone said, "So collectively, are y'all running the whole team collectively?"
Collectively, what we try to do is no one person makes a decision. It don't work like that.
Wow.
Okay. We work.
That gives insight.
It's a team. That's how we make decisions from.
So all the parents have a say so. Or what?
No, parents don't have a say so. Parents can voice their opinion, but when it comes to the performance and what we're doing in the performance, parents have a say so in that. Now, if a parent would have said, "Oh, my child is not allowed to cuss," never was he told, "Oh, if they don't cuss, they're going to get in trouble." Never.
Somebody says the director doesn't have the last say so.
It's not necessarily like a last say so. Like once we put the performance together, it's together. If it's cursing in the performance, it's cursing in the performance. That's our culture. We've already established that.
No. I wanted to ask that. What culture is that?
That's just the way that we are here in Baltimore. That's the way that that's what we do.
Okay.
No, and it's not that's done every time.
That's a subculture because a culture is something that, okay, for instance, LGBT is a culture.
Right.
When they have the parades, when Mardi Gras has their stuff in New Orleans, that's their culture.
Right.
But that's not a culture for that. So you're saying that's a culture for Baltimore?
And we're a part of those culture. We perform in the LGBT parades.
No,
we
no, no,
go
I'm
down
not,
to
no, no,
New
I'm not
Orleans
saying,
and perform in their parades.
I'm not saying that that's not y'all culture. I'm saying you said that's how y'all are up there. That's your culture. But Chanel said that's not how they are. So it's not it wouldn't be
All
classified
bands,
as a culture.
so
it would be
Chanel
classified
said,
as a subculture. This is something
right.
Okay, so it's a subculture.
Some bands do it, some bands don't. Like Chanel said, you have some bands who are you know, like your more formal bands. They're not going to do that. They don't want to be a part of that type of way that they perform, which is fine. They still come out, they still compete, they still do parades and all of that. They normally the bands that, okay, they're gonna do the parade, but once the parade start getting a little like crouchy, oh, they gonna hit it. They gone home. They getting on their bus or they gone. We're one of those bands where we're gonna stick around. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have fun or whatever. So, but I just wanted to, my point to come on here was to make it clear that it was never ever stated that if a child did not cuss in that performance, they were going to get reprimanded for that. That was not, we would never do that to a child.
And I just want to say too, I don't think the issue isn't whether or not like about kids cursing, because obviously none of us are dumb. We're all adults. We all were children at one point in time too. We know we said profane languages behind the scenes before as well. I think the issue and what we were trying to get understanding was putting it in the performance and making it a piece of the show. And then it being such a harsh, like so. I guess
and like I said, that's
my
why
understanding
I said
from you,
definitely
Kiva,
was.
is
This has definitely been like an eye opener.
Mm-hmm.
This has definitely been something, and we discussed it as well at practice today. It has definitely been an eye opener. It has definitely been something that's open for discussion now, kind of like worldwide. Things do have to change. There's nothing wrong with change. I was upset yesterday because I was getting upset that people were like bashing this parent as a whole, as a parent. And that was pissing me off.
But the thing about it is, baby, like I told y'all, I can only speak about what my actions are.
Of course, this is just, you can't control comments.
So that's why I said I can't defend every comment, even right or wrong or indifferent. If I agree, if I don't agree, or if I'm impartial to it. The thing about what we wanted to do and our purpose of coming on here is to pretty much get clarity, because it was stated numerous times that this is how the entire Baltimore culture is. This is what we come from. This is what we do. We cuss. Our kids cuss. We tell them to cuss.
Yeah.
That's what was portrayed to us. And we looking back outside once again are like, we have to understand this. And there's people, as you guys seen in the comment section, was like, well, they started comparing apples to oranges. Well, y'all talking about cussing, but y'all kids in Majorette do chair stands. Y'all kids over here do provocative dances on the floor, and it's like, huh? Like, are we talking about?
Yeah, and like I've been a part of both. Like, I mean, Cheryl stated, I was in her group. I tried to, because we don't really have Majorette teams here in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. But since the airing of DD4L, of course, now all young girls want to dance. They want to do Majorette. So we're getting newer teams started here. I had a team. Mm-hmm. So of course I had to reach out and research and get networked with Majorette teams, because we don't know much about Majorette up here in Baltimore. We know hip hop, we know ballet, we know all of those things, but we don't know much about Majorette.
So can I ask you, because y'all said that y'all discussed it, can we just be transparent? When you guys discussed it, how was the actual reaction of the rest of the staff or the coaching staff, or what was the take from you guys' conversation that you guys had? I guess
so. Our director felt like our director was the reason that the parent took it down. Our director told her to take the video down, because we're not just looking at our band, we're looking at Baltimore as a whole. And what she said was, you got to think about when we decide to apply to go out of town, to do a parade or whatever, not just our band, but anything that once you put down your location, that you're from Baltimore, Maryland, they may look at that. Oh, did you see that video?
Right.
Did you see?
Right.
And it doesn't look well.
Right.
And yeah, that was one incident, and that's not always. And we win. We are a very great organization.
Let me say this. Let me say this to you, Kiva. You know, let me just say this. I don't know if you were reviewing the whole live, but a lot of people do know that I do have one of the biggest dance competitions, and I've lately, as of I think it was like drill. I started adding drill and drumline, and it was because it was requested to me to add drill and drum to my whole thing, and I think this could be turned around into a positive way.
Always,
I think that you guys. And I said, when I said in my comment, it was not to bash, it was to basically make a point to say, okay, if they were going to be that aggressive with the words that came out their mouth, it would not have been so bad had there been an actual performance that was like, oh my gosh, they just, it was a wow moment. And we didn't get that moment after they were so aggressive and saying it, because
y'all watched the whole performance.
We only
like
watched
the whole band.
We only watched what was posted.
Oh, okay.
It would have been lovely if we could have seen the whole performance. But it's still bad that they said the words, but I'm saying the impact of the performance may have not have been as bad had we seen something that was just as impactful with what they said with their performance. And that's what we're saying, because we did see like 15 to 20 seconds after, because she kept recording before she cut it off. But
if I could get onto YouTube and try to find it, I'm not a big tech person, but yeah, the whole performance is on YouTube. There's a person who actually records all parades, every band. So every band from that day.
You see the comments. Well, you wouldn't get a wow moment if you didn't see the whole performance. You guys are really just trying to pick and choose.
I'm not on here for all that.
At the end of the day, we're gonna have our opinions. I would love for Baltimore to. If this is not you guys' culture, let me help y'all out. If this is not what you guys do in your culture per se, like y'all don't want to be viewed as this. I want to see Chanel. I want to see how many bands will actually come to a show. Let's turn this into a positive. Because I'm gonna say, if you come to my show, if you go to Diana's show, if you go to Warzone don't have drill and drum, but if you go to my show or Diana's show that has drill and drum, we can change this narrative to say, okay, they actually came and we actually can see. We're not going to know if we don't know.
Right.
And we can't be y'all brothers and sisters to back you up and say, because there was nothing for it. We couldn't back up anything. Now that we've actually talked, and y'all told us, we did reflect. We did have time to sit there and say, maybe that wasn't a good best decision, because of look at what we got. Again, like I told Antoine before, look how Will Smith and how he look at the backlash he's getting off his actions. Did you honestly think that you guys weren't going to get that same negative reaction? Because look at what happened to him, and he's a celebrity. And so then when they started going so far to say, well, the girl's going viral, and it's just like, wow. Okay. So I would love nothing more. I have about 7 spots. Now, this might be a stretch, but listen, y'all get out there in the streets, and y'all do that. Y'all can get out in the streets and fundraise. Take the kids out of something that they're used to and bring them something refreshing. Bring them to LA. Bring them to Los Angeles. You don't know who's going to be in the building. We're staying right at the Los Angeles airport. Bring them. Let them compete and let them see another side of what they're accustomed to. Let them see another side. Let them have an opportunity to get their name and get their name respected. Because I can guarantee you, people that come to my show, their teams get a lot of respect. They get a lot of recognition. They get a lot of, they are put in a positive light. Y'all can easily turn this narrative around. The video is down, but it's still out there.
Absolutely.
People still recorded it. People still have screen recorded. So we need to, at this point, say, okay, what can we do to turn this around? And it's up to y'all as directors. We give out coin, and we give out good coin. We don't give out no funky coin. We give out, when I say $1,000, we put that in y'all hand or in y'all cash app. We give out amazing trophies. We give out banners. We give out something that them kids can be like, oh my God, can we do more of these? I've had people that say, Jasmine, you make your shows make it so hard for people to do anybody else's show because it's just that good. Yes, y'all can look my show up on YouTube as well.
But I think my daughter watches your shows.
Well, yeah, and that's what I said. I do know that you guys have y'all thing that y'all accustomed to in Baltimore when y'all say, whatever case may be, y'all have your own thing. But let's try to do something different. I can send y'all a packet. I can send y'all information, but I would love nothing more than to actually see some Baltimore teams come and compete in a round that they're familiar with in a more of a positive light. I would love nothing more to see that.
I agree. I think, financially, if that's something that the communities and the children can raise the money or save the money to do, I'm always for traveling. We travel quite often. We don't go as far as LA, but we do travel. We have a big thing coming up. If you guys can make it, in New York in September, the Harlem African American Harlem Parade. It's a big thing in New York. There are bands there from everywhere. There are people there from everywhere, and it's a very refreshing event. It's a little long. You do walk a distance, but it's very fun. It's very refreshing. Like I said, we go other places. We go to Miami, 4th of July. We go Myrtle Beach. We go New Orleans. We go different places. We have never been to LA, and we have never tipped over into the Majorette world as of yet. I know we have, and I can't speak on no other band. Me personally, I have experience competing in the Majorette world, but yeah, the marching band world has not. So,
and that's why I said it could definitely be put in because we've had what was it, Dance Moms with what is her name? What's her name, Josh? Abby Lee.
Abby Lee.
Abby Lee.
After Abby Lee came Diana with Majorette as we know it. And then who's to say that y'all won't have something that's like, okay, because there's different styles of band. You don't know. Y'all have to sometimes step out there and really step out there and put yourself out there to be known. Y'all are known in Baltimore. Y'all may very well travel to other competitions out of state, but to compete on a more of a higher scale, that would say a lot. So again, I appreciate you coming on, Kiva, and the respectfulness that you gave to the people on the panel. I appreciate it. And again, like I said, if you guys are interested, please inbox me. I'll send you guys over a packet, and hopefully you guys can make it. Okay.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
You too. So to wrap this up, Chanel, do you have any last words? I know you've been up here for
3 hours.
Quite some time.
No, I don't. The only thing I want to say, what you guys have brought to the forefront from a more national level, it's not something that is not seen or understood here in Baltimore. Like the directors have been getting together a lot more, trying to get on one accord, because as you stated, when you have a talent, if you have the right platform, this can take you to other higher places. So we are trying to work on it. But the thing about change is, in order for it to happen, people have to be willing. So you have some people that see things one way, and you have some people that see things other ways, which is why we have as many organizations as we do, because we can't all agree on how to run or to best run our organization. So we go out and we do our own thing. But hopefully this will be a learning experience for everybody. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. You turn a bad thing into a positive. So hopefully everybody will learn from it. Nothing that you guys said fell on deaf ears. Like I said, these are things that we knew that we needed to work on. It just so happens that it went a lot further than anybody ever expected it to. And maybe that's what we needed for us to learn, that, not everything we do is left on the blacktop. That's how it used to be 20 years ago, before you had social media. But now anything and everything that's posted, we got to understand that it's out there for the world to see.
They said that the director is trying to join. The director needs to send me up because y'all, we have to wrap this up. I don't want to take more other time. So the director needs to send me a message. I'm looking at my message request and I don't have any message, so I don't know who the director is. But yeah, Chanel, I appreciate you coming on. I want to at least give the respect to let the director come on and say what they have to say. So Yeah. So if you guys can tell the director to, I just said if we were in the same building with anything you create in Baltimore. Okay. I don't know who the director is. I don't know. Who is the director. I'm seeing people saying add me. I don't know who the director is. I don't have a message. Let me just double check.
Well, Jazz, I'm about to get off of here, but I
Okay,
just wanted to
thank
say,
you. Thank you for coming on.
I just want to say this last little thing is that, like, now that they do have this spotlight, and now that we are all getting introduced to the Baltimore culture of bands, take, like you said, like you've been saying, take this moment and really show people what you all are made of, and kind of ride from this occasion and situation. And I think that now that everybody is viewing you all with a spectacle, take advantage of the opportunity to show people what you all are and what you all really encompass, because a lot of the negative things that we dealt with in the Majorette community have turned into positivity, because we took those moments and showed people what we were really made of, and not just the negative things that were put out about us. So I just want to say that everybody be safe, love, light, laugh, deuces.
Thank you. Zion Chase. Chanel, is that the director, Zion Chase? They're saying Zion Chase.
So I know Chase is the last name of one of the directors, but I don't know if that to be the
There's
first.
one called Art Bank. I think I said Ant Bank or Ant Art.
Bart, that's he's not a director of that organization, but he is somebody who's like we consider a legend in the Baltimore band world.
Right. He's trying to come on. It's Ant Bart Jr.
Ant Bart, I sent you a request. I sent you a request, Ant Bart.
Okay.
Let me see. Someone just sent me a message. Hi there. I'm Dawn, director of the marching band unit here in Baltimore and sponsor of the past weekend event where every band showed out. I watched you live tonight. Great form. I'm happy to chat with you further. Additionally, very interested in your travel pack. Okay. Yes, ma'am, Dawn. Thank you. Oh God. I'm getting messages crazy. Okay. And you got to click the actual bird. If the link's not working, click the actual gray area with the bird. And then that will bring you.
And also to Zion Chase.
Yeah,
Zion Chase.
Zion, I sent you a invitation to the link. Since you're the director, I do owe you that respect to go ahead and give you. So I just need you to click the link, click the actual check your inbox, check your message request, Zion, and click the actual gray area with the bird.
They said Naisha Chase is trying to use her daughter's page. I think Zion is the daughter. Is that right, y'all? Zion Chase.
So yeah, Nisha Chase is the director. So yeah, that's her daughter.
Okay.
Okay, so I just sent you the request. It's in the inbox. I see you just viewed it. So as soon as you click it and I see you in the waiting room, I can add you on. Antoine, is there anything last minute that you want to say at all?
We
can't hear you, Antoine. It's on mute.
I'm apologize for my actions. I apologize. I kind of got frustrated. I'm a man first. My apologies.
Well, I can respect that. I can respect when you can admit when you're wrong. So I accept your apology. Thank you.
But
Cheryl,
you still talking? You gotta let me finish, Jasmine.
At the end of the day, again, if anybody know me, Chanel also, she know me. I'm very passionate about my organization. I love my band. I love my kids. I love everything about Baltimore band. I don't take nothing from it. And of course, I lose my cool when I feel like we're being picked on. I done it. That's probably why I went off a deep end like I did. But at the end of the day, I understand that's what y'all was saying about the disrespect has looked to all of us as people, period. I understand that. But again, I only reacted off of I felt like we were being bashed. That's it. That's all. That's how I felt. There is room, like I had a conversation with Chanel earlier today. There is room for us to grow as a band community. Everybody, but within the Baltimore bands, have a certain strength with them that can make us great. You feel me? I look back at I forget what movie it was I was watching. Whatever it was like, okay, now y'all good at what y'all do here in y'all community. Now imagine if what y'all would do on a more national level. I'm with that. I've been doing this so long, and it's like every year it's basically the same thing. We perform at the same parades. I love to come to LA. I love to travel there. We had this thing called a unity band where all of us came together as one band. We all came together as one band in Baltimore. Besides all the shady conversation, we all managed to be in one building together and build one giant band and perform together. I would love to take that on the road and show other states and like how we do it here. Because again, to other states when they see us and see our instruments and stuff, they were like, "Damn, what kind of drum is that? What is that? Like I've never seen that drum before. Why do y'all carry those big old drums? Don't it hurt y'all back?" Like people have questions the same way we would have questions about what y'all do. But again, I think when people getting mixed up on the Baltimore culture and saying that the cursing is a Baltimore culture, no, the energy is a Baltimore culture. I'm not going to say the actual vulgar language and all. I'm not going to say that, but the energy of how we perform is the Baltimore culture.
Okay, perfect. Well, I definitely I've received 3 so far inboxes from 3 different organizations in Baltimore alone. So Baltimore is definitely in the house, and they've definitely been listening, paying attention to this platform because I have 3 of them that are requesting packets for nationals in LA in July. The competition is July 22nd and the 23rd this year. So y'all got 2 months. I don't know if y'all can pull it off that quick, but some people are. Miss Neisha, did I say that right, Neisha?
It's Nisha.
Nisha, Miss Nisha. Okay, can you tell the people where you're?
Okay, so thank you for adding me. Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, yes, I do believe that what happened on Saturday was not correct. No child should be cursing. I do believe that. I do want to apologize for the whole platform because number 1, there's so much stuff going on in the world that this right here shouldn't even be going on. But because it's present, you live and you learn. And this was a situation where we live and we learn. I'm not going to come on here and bash not another band on this platform because every band knows their responsibility. Your response is your responsibility. So I'm only coming on here to correct minds. As a band director, yes, I did say something. I did tell them this is not what we should be doing. Number 1, no child should be cussing, period. And I said that. But when it comes to these parents, as a band director, I can say no child can cuss. But then if I have a parent that allows their child to curse, it's really nothing that I could do about that. Now, I think that because we already had the step already together, which we probably should have changed the words, because you can have a step without cursing. I get it, you can. And you can have an over performance without doing the extra. I get it, you can do that as well. Unfortunately, it didn't happen on this time. And guess what? I'm not holding nobody accountable but our band. Because guess what? We were responsible. If the step wasn't there, if the words wasn't there, guess what? The child would not even have said it. So you have to take accountability, number 1, as a unit. And I'm taking that accountability as a unit. Because guess what? We shouldn't have said it. Point blank and certain.
And Nisha, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you were listening to the whole thing. We're not getting this. We're not getting this. This whole. We're not getting this whole automatically judgment of you guys. This is something new for us. We know that y'all were present, but we didn't know what y'all really did or what y'all said. This was pretty much an open forum to kind of moreover understand the Baltimore culture as they state. Because what they were saying, like I said, what they were saying in the comment section, that's why we went live. Because it was like, what I just said, what is going on? I said, is that what y'all doing in Baltimore? That's all I had said. And they took it and said, well, we're not a drill team. We're a marching unit, marching band. And this is what we are known to do.
I mean, we are known to do this, but it's not right. And it comes to a time and a place where every band director in Baltimore City have to take accountability for their own band. And guess what? We just have to do better. We just have to do better. So in order to come in competitions, in order to go into different states, guess what? This was an eye awakening, not just for the Baltimore Go-Getters, but this was an eye-awakening for Baltimore bands, period. Because like I said, I'm not coming on here to discuss what band said what, when they did it, how they did it, because I can't account for no other band but my own. But what I can say is, I want to apologize to the whole world, because this is not what we stand for. This is not what Baltimore bands stand for. And for somebody to say that, that's unacceptable. We like to get raw and crouchy and have fun. But to do the extra to make us look distasteful, that's not what Baltimore is about. That's not what we're about. Some of us have got a little bit too far into these band steps and got a little bit too personal. But guess what? This right here, this platform, it needed to happen, because it not just made us look at ourselves, but it made us look at how we do things. And guess what? It's time to change. So am I upset with you? I'm not. Because guess what? If it was present, then guess it's going to go viral. I'm just saying, it was bound to happen.
And that's what I was trying to say.
But now, as band directors, and all of the band directors of Baltimore City need to look at this as y'all, guess what? We got to do better. Flat out, we have to do better. Because a child at the age of 6, the child at the age of 7, the child at the age of 8, guess what? Should not be doing all that cussing. Because what are you teaching your child? Not to mention, like I said, I'm a band director. So I'm going to be accountable for what my band did. I'm not pointing no fingers at no parents. I'm not pointing no fingers at no drum majors. I'm not pointing no fingers at no one else. I'm pointing a finger at myself. Because you know why? I could have stopped this performance. Mm-hmm. And because I didn't, and because I didn't even think it was going to get this far. But it did. So it's a lesson learned. So I'm not upset with you guys. All I just want y'all to know that I apologize to the whole world, because this went too far. This went in different states. This went in so many people saw this. Mm-hmm. But I don't want nobody to feel like that, hey, this is what we stand for, because it's not. Yeah. It's not. Yes, we do get crazy.
And the thing about it is, Anisha, we don't know. We want to know what you guys do. We want to invite you guys. I know you guys sometimes get so tired of just competing or battling the same teams. We want to get you guys to come out. We want you guys to come out of Baltimore. Get those kids to go see other places and other things, and give them those type of experiences.
Well, you do know we do travel a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Baltimore bands travel all over.
Yeah.
And Chanel is one of the bands. Chanel can say this. She probably been in, how many states have your band have traveled in?
Quite a few, yeah.
A lot of bands really travel. Like we will be in New York in September. I mean, they've been in Minnesota. They go to New Orleans. They do travel. But I'm so happy that this platform exposed this, because guess what? It's time to change. Flat out. It's just time to change. It's time to change the dynamic of what Baltimore looked like as a community marching band. It's just time to change.
Yeah.
And like I said, I truly apologize on behalf of the Baltimore Go-Getters, because that's not what we stand for. We stand for excellence. But yes, we get into battle mode where sometimes we don't even think about the decisions that you make. And your response is your responsibility. So because our response was what it was on Saturday, and because it went so viral like it did, I want to be held responsible as a band director, because I could have stopped it. Mm-hmm. So as a band director, like I said, once again, I'm not afraid to say, I'm not afraid to be humble in front of millions. It's never that serious. I can say I'm humble, and I can say it was wrong, and I can say, guess what? After this, you will never see that again. You will never see that again.
And you know what disturbs me the most? And of course, I know that we can't control everybody, what they have to say. These people in this comment section, some of these people,
Yeah.
they not gonna ever get it, Nisha. They are so we literally just turned this whole entire live into something that was started off really rough. Now it's positive, and they still want to stick on the negative. And that is the type of people that I don't want.
Right.
Even in our community, we would love nothing more for our majorettes to go and support y'all shows and y'all have a major competitions. But because of the negative that we see, come on. Like, we can do all we want. I just invited y'all to a competition. No, I'm not thinking that you guys going to be able to get something in 2 months. That's asinine. But some people may be able. Some people may just have money stashed up somewhere or can pull a rabbit out the hat and make it happen because that's their kids. You're going to make what happen. You're going to make something happen for your kids if you want it to happen. And if you want to be stuck in that dogma and that stigma that y'all just want to be negative, baby, go right ahead. Go right ahead. But Nisha, I applaud you. And I appreciate your honesty and your transparency and your accountability for your organization as a whole, because you did not have to do it. You could be stuck like some of these people because I'm gonna be transparent because that's just me. You could be very well stuck in the comment section going in like some of these people just don't get it. It's not that they don't want to get it. They want and they like to see the drama. And you are a person that I just clearly seen it. Like, you didn't have to come up here and apologize, but the fact that you did and you took accountability and ownership for your organization, I could not have ended this live any other way. I could not have.
Exactly. I thank you for that. But I just want you to know, like I said, once again, even to the Baltimore bands that's watching, we want to change. We want our children to have fun. We want our children to go places like we did when we were young. I've been marching since I was 5 years old. I don't want children to be stuck in Baltimore City. And also, I don't want these children to think that they can't think bigger than what they see. So, with that being said, like I said, I truly apologize. When you see Baltimore bands, guess what? A lot of us probably will be on a whole different of a platform. You know why? Because this really opened the eyes of a lot.
Right.
And it's time to change. So, hey, like I said, I truly apologize to the whole world. And you'll never see it again. You will never see this again.
And I believe you. Right. And you just have to understand and know that much influence that you still have. I know you, and I heard you said something earlier. You said, well, I really couldn't control the parents, but whatever you said in that meeting, it evidently hit the parent because the video is no longer online. The video is taken down because they had a conversation. You had a conversation with that parent and told her, this is not a good look, or whatever you had said to her, it made her take the video down. And that is progress. And as long as that is, she could have kept on going about it, but she didn't. And then she came up here and explained herself, and she wasn't combative. She just stuck to what it was. And that we can't do nothing else but appreciate that. So again,
and they actually respect you because I'm looking at the comments. When you say that they respect you a lot. It's definitely a lot of respect.
Cherry Hill, Quill, whatever your name is, you're blocked.
They definitely listen to you. They definitely respect you because they're supporting you all in these comments. I'm reading them.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. But Cherry Hill, Quill, you've been blocked. Congratulations. Because I told y'all to watch your mouth on my live. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I really, it baffles me how y'all still want to stay negative even after this director has came on here and just poured her whole stuff out. Y'all still want to be negative. Like, that is complete asinine to me. Look up the word if you don't understand what I just said.
I say a lot. You can't worry about things you can't change.
Man.
And also, people do change. And I know, back in the day, I was crazy. I was wild. Of course, that's just how I live. But, God has been too good to me to even stand in front of this platform like this and to say that it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I'm not going to stand here as a director to say that it's okay, because it's not. And like I said, I spoke with my drum majors and I told them I didn't like it. But we were told that the children were not going to do it. But like I told you, I cannot control parents. I cannot control parents.
Well, you
but
know
what
what?
I can control, I can control now is the performance that goes out.
But Nisha, I'm going to say this because we are very similar in Majorette and drum corps. You can. If they know that there is repercussions and they know that you have a standard and they understand where you stand at, regardless of what they feel, they ain't got, unless they're going to leave and go to somebody else, they're going to have to respect what you say at the end of the day. We deal with it with Majorette. If you don't like what I do over here, you are more than welcome to walk out that door. But while you over here, what I say goes. If you're paying me a tuition a month, even if you're not, if you're wearing any color, any type of paraphernalia representing my organization and my brand that I work so hard to build up, and you think you're going to come over here and tear it down by what you want to do or what you want to see, this not happening. This is my shit. You can have an opinion all day long, but at the end of the day, it's my say-so. And I tell people that all the time. That's why we don't have fights in my show. I instill in it. Your parent can get you disqualified by their actions. Period. You can't control the narrative of your parents. You can't control them. You can't tell them, if you do this, your child is no longer part of this organization, and you can take it however you want to take it. And they have to respect that. And if they don't, then they wasn't there for you anyway. So I want to go ahead and close it up. I want to say, like I said, thank you so much. You keep on pressing your way. You keep on doing what you do. Like I said, Nisha, I appreciate you coming on here. Chanel, I appreciate you coming up here. Cheryl Carter, I appreciate you coming over here. All of the panel, Joshua, everybody, I appreciate you guys coming on here. This has been another Majorette Tea in the Majorette community. I appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll see y'all next time.
Can I ask you a question?
Thank you.
On our way out, can I pray us out, please?
Oh,
Sure,
absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I think we about need about now.
Absolutely.
Okay, dear Heavenly Father, I come to you just to say thank you, God. Thank you for another day that you have allowed us to see, Father. Father, I'm asking right now that you would forgive us, Father, for anything we said or did that was not pleasing to you on today, God. God, anything that was on this live, Father God, that did not line up to your will and your way, God, I'm asking right now that you would remove it, Father. Father, I'm asking that you would bring communities, cities, and nations together as one, Father God, and build a mentoring program like never before, Father God. Help us to get on one accord like never before, Father. Father God, even though, Father God, the enemy tried to destroy every organization in Baltimore City and different cities and tried to disconnect, Father God, us from different places and people to see, Father. Father God, we know that you have full control, Father God, in the midst of this situation. So, God, we thank you, God, for even coming into this situation, showing us a mirror and showing us who we are, Father. Father God, as we see who we are, Father, God, we asking that you would change us like never before, Father, that you would step in our portals, Father God, and Father God, you would clean us from the inside out. Father God, cover our heads, cover our feet, cover our mouths, cover our ears, Father God, so we'll be able to see the things that you need us to see. God, help us to move these children in the right direction, God, and help us to not, Father God, go into our own self, Father God, and teach them ways of the world, Father. Father God, help us, Father God, to push them into their next destiny, Father God. Father God, I'm asking right now that every parent, every director, every organization, every drummer, Father God, they will submit to your will and to your way, Father. Father God, we will walk, Father God, like you say walk. We will talk like you say talk. We will listen what you need us to listen to, God. And you will help us to build beautiful organizations, Father. Father, we know that the nations are seeing this, God. We know that this platform is an awesome platform, Father God. And we thank you for even connecting with this beautiful lady, Father. And we ask him right now that you will come and you will show up and you will show out in our lives, God. God, you have full control, God. The enemy don't even have control, God. The enemy has to ask permission to even come up against us, God. So, God, I'm asking that every leader on this line, God, you will provide for them like never before, for their organization, God. Blow on us like never before. Change the assignment of the enemy and turn it to your glory. Lord, we love you, God. We honor you, God. And we adore your mere presence because you are so omnipotent. You are so awesome, God. God, we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that being said, this has been another Majorette Tea. We appreciate you guys coming on. Y'all have a good night. Y'all go ahead.
Good luck, ladies. Good luck with your organizations.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there.